Let me make sure this is cut all the way down. There we go. Nope, still not there. All right, welcome on back to TK's Garage. Today, we're going to have to address a few things. Now, I am waiting for other people to come in. We'll check that occasionally. We got Butter the Insider showing up. We might have a couple other people that'll come through too. But what I really want to address today is on this live. Oh, I need to see if the chat's up, huh? Yep, there it is. Show comments. And for whatever reason, the camera does cycle every once in a while. I don't know why it's doing that. It is what it is, man. I am going to open YouTube directly here in a second. I do need to be able to see the chat though, or see when people come in. So I'll have to toggle back and forth every couple of minutes to add people in. But anyways, let me go over here. Is it still doing noise? Yeah, mute. Can I do that? Yeah. Yeah, unfortunately, there was a video. Somebody like brought it to my attention. I really don't care. I already blocked the dude on my channel. I mean, the dude was, I don't want to say a Stellantis meat rider, but pretty close. I mean, you don't get to that level or do whatever he's doing by not being a massive meat rider. But let's get over here. Let's get to my videos live. And is it on my homepage? Let's see. There it is. I want to be able to see the chat with you guys in real time. That's all. There it is. Now I can see you guys. We got about 29 people in here. So for you guys that might be coming in here later, meat rider. Yeah, it is. That might be the new saying, meat rider. I'm gonna grab some coffee. I'm gonna give it a few seconds here and see if either by Butter or Dizzle, a couple other people come in, and then we're gonna address these claims made by this jackass online. Now my network did hit me up. I'm gonna say this immediately, that because I am part of a network, I don't make the decisions on whether or not they copyright strike that dude's channel, right? I have a few channels that are whitelisted that are allowed to use my content, but I know that's going to be the next thing, because if he gets a takedown notice or something from my network, he's going to say it was me, and I'm letting you know right now it wasn't. All right, let me get some coffee, and then let's get into the savagery. God, you know what? It's not even coffee time. You know what time it is? Yeah, we're gonna be savage today. You know what time it is? I'm gonna tell you what time it is. This is what time it is. That's what time it is. It is not beer. It was coffee time, because I'm kind of getting my day started. But since I got to get my day started like a savage, I guess they're not a sponsor, but they should be. Shout out to the Modelos. Let's go. All right. The RAM configuration for 2026 isn't live yet, because it's not. That usually happens a little before a month, I guess, before they put those out. And I don't think you can see the 2026 model years yet. That usually is around end of July, beginning of August, to answer that question. Let me go back here real quick while I'm here, so I can see if we have anybody here in the studio. I know Butter said he was going to jump in. That's why I dropped the link. I see OC Motivator just saw it in the chat as well. But I guess let's just start addressing some of this dude's shit, and then if Butter drops in here while we're going, I'll come back and add him. But so what I'm gonna have to do is I'm not gonna be able to see. Can I see your chat from here? Oh, yeah. What I need is though, I need to be able to see comments. Oh, that sucks. So I can't do both. All right. So I'm gonna have to make a decision here. I hate using. This is why I don't like doing live streams because I like to be able to interact with y'all in real time. Yeah, I know, right? And evidently, this is a parts guy or something for Jeep. All right, so whenever this thing cycles, it's doing whatever with the camera. I apologize in advance. It is what it is. All right, so what I'm going to do right now is now that we got 75 people in here and I've just been saying nothing for the last 6 minutes, we're going to start the video. Now, what I got to do is I can't see the chat while I'm playing this and addressing it for you. So we're going to do that. But let me go over here to this jackass's video. Oh. I don't know why people, you know what? I'm not even mad. I think he thinks he's going to get the attention or like I'm going to tag him directly.
Here, I am JR. Today I'm coming at you live from the Motel 8. Actually, it's a Best Western premiere because I'm classy. So I'm here in Toledo. It's Tuesday. It's the date today, January 7th or June 17th. And I'm here because I'm here to visit the Toledo Supplier Park. As some of you may know, I'm an engineer. My day job, manufacturing engineer. I work for a tier 1 supplier to Stellantis, among other companies. We supply Rivian, Tesla, Ford, no GM. I don't know, doesn't matter.
All right.
Anyway.
So dude's a part supplier, right? The dude is like bottom of the totem pole, part supplier. Okay. But you want to come for me over leaks that I've dropped, myself and Butter the Insider, that have been 98% correct. He's going to say later in the video, credible news organizations use this guy's information. Why do you think that is, you fucking retard? Look, no, I don't put up documents and stuff on the screen every single day. He's going to make that comment, but we've done that multiple times. Usually me and Butter, when I get that information, I just send it over to Butter, and Butter takes the time to do fire ass edits, and he puts all that shit on screen. I don't have to do that. My track record speaks for itself. Duh. But this fucking retard decides, I'm a part supplier. And later in the video, which we'll get to it, he's like, I can show you. Oh, no, I can't. I don't want to lose my job. So what you want me to do is put up documents and information from my sources that have been right 98% of the time so that I can get them fired, right? Fucking idiot. All right. Let's go. Let me just get to the shit where he's saying shit that matters.
To purely off of you watching.
He talks about how YouTube works.
The products he sells.
He says whatever I'm posting is always clickbait, right? That's his claim. Yet we can go all the way back to last year, and even the warranty that just dropped, right? When did we talk about that? December? Yeah. That's when I heard it from my sources that they were going to institute a 100,000-mile powertrain warranty. What just happened? 5 months later. Exactly. They brought this to market. So you can't just say random shit. That shit is not going to fly. You can't just be like, oh, he just posts clickbait. He doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about. Wrong. The track record speaks for itself. I'll just say that. But let me get to what the guy's saying. He's basically saying, oh, he's just saying shit for views. Newsflash, a lot of the stuff I talk about when I'm leaking a product or talking about a product don't get as many views as other stuff that I talk about on this channel. So wrong. But all right.
monetized. Well, you'll see some of these other.
He puts the video in there with Tim Kaniskis talking to the media and stuff too, talking about, oh, these people just make shit up. Now, I've already had text conversations with Tim Kaniskis directly. Okay. And Tim's not mad at me about that. And most of the stuff that he's talking about are AI generated channels that are just making up bullshit. Duh. That said,
trades prop for 10, 15 years out, right? Like it's the reason how to get the e-torque only. Or these things are sitting on a lot. We bought my wife's Jeep specifically because it was $20,000 off MSR. Today. But I'm going to stop already. My favorite video was where he, presentation you have.
oh, the other comment he made was, and that's why I don't have the green screen up today. I'm in a extended stay hotel, not my house, which, you know, we've gone up multiple times. I go out to my garage. You see all my cars in my garage. My cars that are parked out front. My neighbors hate me because I take up all the fucking space. But yeah, I'm at an extended stay hotel with all my lights screwed in the wall and my magnets all over my fridge. And get the fuck out of here, jackass.
Then they would. And that's a problem. Like, and I don't know if these are going to be priced like we saw.
And he's talking about my recent video on Jeep getting the 6.4.
They've already paid billions of dollars worth of fines. And since all these big corporations do billions of dollars in stock buybacks every year to enrich their shareholders, because that's the only metric they care about, it makes it so that they're not willing to eat this cost just so you can have a.
No, I can agree with that. They do. They do stock buybacks. They don't give a shit about us as enthusiasts and people that want to buy something that's cool, right? I can agree with them on that. The problem is he obviously doesn't keep up with shit. Sean Duffy just scrapped the CAFE standard. The CAFE standard that all three manufacturers, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, GM, Ford, that they were using here in the United States no longer fucking exists. All of that shit where they had to build EVs to like be able to offset other, that shit doesn't count anymore. They've already crushed that. So it goes to this guy not paying attention to what's going on, but he still wants to comment on shit he has no idea he's talking about.
Cool. I have a Gladiator.
Get the 6.4 liter big gas engine first before.
Remember I said 6.4 was coming first.
We're getting this information, as always. We get it. This is not made up, and now we have to say this because of some things that are being put out by Stellantis now and by some media organizations that want to swing from Stellantis's ball sack.
No, I have to say this because Stellantis directly contradicts me all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They don't want to have an Osborne effect on their shit.
At least stated that the Hemi's never going in the Charger. And what's wild, which will sound a little.
And he's never going in the Charger.
That
you heard it from him, right?
Legitimate media organizations have quoted this dude.
Yeah.
And
they have.
He never shows a source. He never shows a document. And they quote him as if like this is the gospel and it's not some guy sitting.
Fucking retard. Let me explain this to you, you fucking dumbass. Let me explain how this works. When a actual media organization like Motor Trend, I go to the party every year here at SEMA, by the way. You might see that on my social media, or Car and Driver, or what, Car Scoops. What's the other one? Auto Week, Auto Blog. There's a bunch of different organizations, right? News organizations, if you want to call them news organizations. But if they're an actual news organization and it's a reporter that I've either met at SEMA or we've had conversations with offline, I don't have any problem reaching out to my source, asking them if they're willing to talk to that person. Now, I don't lose my source for that because here's the thing. I compensate my sources, geniuses. The regular media doesn't do that. The reason why I get shit is because I pay for it, dumbasses. But they will then talk to them and they verify that they work where they work, they are who they are, and the information is what it is. And then guess what happens? They cite me and Butter the Insider because our information is valid, you fucking idiot. God. Hold on though.
In his living room or the long stay motel. I'm right now trying to pull up the internal documents.
I'm in the hotel.
Because I'm curious.
I'm in the hotel.
Because I'm not going to get fired. I'm not going to give up 130 grand a year and pay him benefits.
You're not willing to give up 130 grand a year, but you want me to take some of the same people that you probably see and interact with every day that are giving me this information, and you want me to get them fired. You want me to publish their information that could get them fucked up, right? Make that make sense. Make that make sense, you idiot. But he wants to say, oh, I can show it to you, but I don't want to get fired. Fuck out of here.
To impress my YouTube friends. Let me see what we got here. So.
But I'm not going to get him in trouble because he does say some shit he's not supposed to say anyway on production.
Yeah, ask him to show you his documents. Because if somebody anonymously supplied him with documents, he can show them. He doesn't work. He doesn't work for anybody. This dude's on disability.
I'm on disability. Oh my God. I'm on disability. Well, I don't have to show a bunch of shit, but I could show enough. This is my insurance card as a government employee. Okay. That's my Department of Defense CAT card. I'm a defense contractor by trade. Suck my balls. But he's like, oh, he doesn't work for him. It doesn't matter. He can throw those people under the bus. This guy, who's a YouTuber, who also is a supplier for Stellantis, literally wants to expose your sources, get them fired. And I don't even want to mention the dude's channel because I already know so many UAW members and so many other people that work at the company will cook this dude for saying that shit.
We get this directly from the sources.
The sources.
Information, internal documentation, and we post that when we don't think we can put our sources at risk.
Yeah.
Myself as part of the inside.
Happy to look at it, buddy. Put it up on the screen.
Consistent.
He's like, happy to look at it. Put it on the screen. Expose your source, right? Let me see if anybody else jumped in yet to see if Butter is in here Oh, Butter is here. Oh, shit. Hold on, guys. God, this is fucking stupid. All right, hold on. Up, I see we got some comments. I see he said he's backstage. Let me add Butter to the stage.
Yo.
Come on, work. There he is.
What's up?
Oh, man. Jesus Christ, dude.
I didn't get a chance to all that nonsense he was talking about.
Oh, bro. This guy is a fucking idiot. But you know what it is? You know what's funny?
Yeah.
And I don't got to get any more of what he said, right? I know it's the most views he's had on his channel in like 2 years. But I say this. You know what I find funny, man?
Yeah.
It's these motherfuckers that want to come for us and say that, well, this is what he said. He goes, oh, this guy never posts any of his documents on the screen, right?
Bro, there's like nobody has posted more internal documents than me and you. Probably in the past year, in the past 10 years. Well, literally almost every month we're exposing documents that has like Stellantis or like Dodge or Ram branded logos on it.
Bro, like when we put the stuff out about the Hemi and Mopar Insiders looked like they were salty as fuck because we found out that Dundee shit was bullshit and they were building them Hemis in Mexico. Bro, like it's not like I love the ones that go, oh, you guys don't post documents or you guys don't post sources. We do post documents and sources if we know it's not going to burn our fucking sources. Like,
Yeah, because we can't say exactly where our sources at, because then they'll know to go and say something to that source. I mean, it's common sense.
this is what makes me laugh right now is, and this son of a bitch is probably like, well, he's wrong. He's, these guys are never right. I'm still like people. I put that challenge in the comment the other day and I was like, go through and find something I've talked about with a product that is specifically wrong. Right. And then the dude came back about 45 minutes later in the comments. I pinned that shit because he goes, "You right." he said, he said, he said, you right, TK. My bad.
So I just commented, man. All these dudes now got licensed from Stellantis to go and try to like talk about us. Like that's like literally like the whole thing of like we don't never say nothing about nobody else.
No.
Every last one of these guys now got licensed or marching orders from Stellantis to go and start attacking us.
Well, you know what's funny is I'm sure they're probably getting paid to do it, but the thing that makes me laugh the most about this now is, I'm going to have to put out a whole line of Meat Rider shirts, like a whole new thing of merch, Meat Riders, and I'm going to have like Stellantis with a ball sack and just have different publications. Like I'm going to make a shirt where they're swinging from those balls and put that up on the store.
Oh man, it just goes to show, man. Like even when I said I watched a half what that dude was saying, so I didn't catch the other half of it. But him going like, "Oh TK, he was wrong about the Hemi coming to Dundee." Like, no, that was
That wasn't me. I never said it was coming to Dundee.
Yeah, like dude, like you getting your hoaxes mixed up because some of your hoaxes are coming from your own people.
It's funny. He was quoting Mopar insiders and shit, right?
Yeah.
He was quoting Mopar insiders and then said, "Oh, I was wrong about Dundee." No, I was right. That shit never came to Dundee. We said that shit was being built in Mexico. And he does. That's the thing I love about these low rent. And then, later in his video, he goes, "I can show you right now. Oh, I don't want to lose my $130,000 a year job." And I'm like, yeah, but you want me to post documents or emails or communications I'm getting from people that work at the company to get them fucking fired. Like, make that make sense.
Yeah, he wants you to lose their job. I mean, I think the one thing he's trying to harp on is probably that one video you did where you was like, "Hey, well, I'm glad to see the Hemi come back." And Mopar Insider said it's coming back to America and going to Dundee. Going like, TK, you literally quoted Mopar Insiders, and then a month later we was like, "Oh nah, we got documents to say that hey, it's being made in Mexico." Blah blah blah.
Yep.
It's no actual document.
Yep.
We got a document to say that the TRX is coming out in 2026 in Q1. We showed the documents.
I think this is funny, right? Because, and then he goes, "Oh, and incredible news sites use this guy, use mine and your information, and they post it on, Car and Driver or Car Scoops or some of these other sites, right?" Yeah. And what they don't understand is, if we deal with these reporters or media behind the scenes, we're able to. I can show it to somebody that's over there to verify information before I could throw some shit up on a screen and cook my source. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like Stellantis is doing this on purpose now because they're trying to like goad us into exposing a motherfucker.
Yeah, exposing who our sources are. Because I know, I know back in 2021 when I was covering issues with the TRX, where they was having like they was being built with a lot of stuff messed up, bolts not tightened down, oil lines coming loose and stuff like that. Basically they was trying to go through and try to find who in the UAW was sending me photos and all this other stuff. So I had UAW people come and tell me that, hey, yeah, well, we all got interviewed and stuff, like people who's like was like who they went look through your subscriber list to see who was subscribing or like who commented on the videos and stuff to see if they match with people who work in there. So one guy I knew who actually talked to me, he was like, "Yeah, I got interviewed and stuff." So I know that they'll go through and try to search for your sources. I mean, I've had one time where I did like a reverse trace of somebody trying to reach out to me and stuff, ask me about all my sources and stuff. Somebody they will leak me information from RAM, but then when I go do like a reverse trace on their IP address, they're coming from inside of the Sterling Heights assembly plant where I'm supposed to get information from. So I'm going like, yeah, no, and you can't fool me like that, player.
Nope.
So I know they'll go through different tactics to figure out who's leaking information, but now it's got to the point to where, well, we're gonna try to see whether we can goad these guys, I guess, into leaking stuff, and then probably like they might try to go and try to put like false information out there to see whether that they can figure out like who exactly is the one putting this false information out. So
they've done that before. They've tried to get my sources like that before. So like if the only source that I can run with immediately is the one that's at the board of directors, right? Because ain't nobody above them and ain't nobody checking their shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But like the people that are below my board of directors source is, if they tell me something, I got to verify that shit. I got to hear that from the other 2 or 3, or I ain't running it, because I already know how the disinformation bullshit goes. They'll tell you some shit or say some shit to that employee, like, oh, this new exciting shit is coming, da da da. If they think that they're leaking, to see if they give me information to cook that employee. Nope.
Yeah. I've been. It's just funny how now they have switched up tactics now. So I guess it gets to the point to where we're leaking so much stuff that they're actually getting annoyed, because from the beginning of the time, people always put out fake or false information and stuff.
Yeah.
Never had people went and try to go on campaigns to go and try to discredit particular people, right? And I know they're more after you than me, but it's like if they try to take you down, I'm the next one on the list because I leak just as much documents as you do. So, so I'm like, I got to make sure that hell, even not just me and you, any other people who go try to leak documents in the future, they're gonna try to go do the same tactic. So this whole nonsense of like trying to go and send all these little creators on the payroll after us, it's quite funny. And it literally all happened after that daggone meeting. It literally all of them popped up, boom, 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 boom.
Yep.
So we know for a fact someone gave them marching orders. Maybe it wasn't exactly Tim Knisses that specifically probably gave them marching orders, but he might have just kind of like, did a little inception and gave them a little idea of it. But then maybe someone else is in the background too, going like, hey, yeah, go after these guys because, or maybe these guys are just so pissed off over the years of us being right and them being wrong. Or
that's, you know what? I think that's what it is. I think a lot of these guys have built their websites and shit, right? And they are upset that a couple of, as they call us, third-rate YouTubers, myself and you and OC Motivator, are able to get information, talk about it, and it come back correct 98% of the time. And we get it. And I think they're tired of people, because it's in their comments, right, on their website. Hey, the Hemi's coming back, and people will literally be like, yeah, Butter and TK talked about that shit 5 months ago, right?
oh, look, and it really kills them. We see the same comment going like, hey, this is old news.
Yes. I think that makes them mad. Like the thing that just happened with the 100,000-mile warranty, right? I did the video and I said, yeah, I talked about that shit back in December.
I mean, these dudes do realize, right? But they come up with an idea. It takes time for them to actually go through all the legality to see when it's actually feasible.
Exactly.
All the paperwork, and then come out with it. So when we hear about stuff, it's going to happen 3, 6, 9, 12 months down the road. They can't come up with the idea, hey, let's go use ChatGPT to come up with all the paperwork, and then boom, we're going to release it the next day. It doesn't happen like that. Hell, they got film commercials and all that stuff. They got actors and all that crap. It takes time. But they just don't see it that way.
And that's what I think gets them mad, right? Because they get all their source, all their shit, the Mopar sites are getting their stuff from the company directly, or they might have some people that work in a plant here or there, right? Or maybe somebody that works at CTC. they're not used to having they're not used to having somebody like us that has sources above executives, so we know about shit 5 to 6 months before it happens.
Well, I mean, it ain't just that, right? It's to the point where like they might get somebody who might leak something here and there, but not somebody who leaks stuff over and over and over and over again. And then they go like, damn, well, we know this is coming, but I can't say them because I'm under embargo. And I got to
Right.
wait a month until everyone else has a chance to do it. Because they probably see it as
Just an
not
update on
fair.
the job.
But I mean,
You know, I got one thing to say. I saw this. I posted this on my reel yesterday, but this shit made me laugh, and I gotta agree with. I really like it.
Hey, y'all remember, man, jail's temporary, memories are forever. Just go ahead and punch this motherfucker in the mouth.
Yes, jail is temporary, but memories are forever. Punch that motherfucker in the mouth.
yeah, these guys are just so freaking mad that we get stuff before they do, and like,
And this is funny now, right? Because this guy, he doesn't really report Mopar news, but he gave it away, right?
mm-hmm.
He's a supplier for Stellantis at Toledo. Yeah. Now, what's funny is he even admits in his own video later in the video, like I was like, yeah, this is going to come model year 2027. You know, you're going to have a 6.4 BGE Gladiator and a 5.7 to follow, right? And he goes, yeah, that could happen. And they're just guessing. And then it happened. So that's when I hear that phrase, you know what I'm saying? It's like the phrase that all of them are using. Mopar Insiders, whatever the other website we were talking about in the chat yesterday, where we just, Jesus Christ, bro, if we're guessing 98% of the time, shit, I'm like, maybe we need to start picking sports teams and fucking buying lottery tickets. If we're guessing 98% of the time,
that Powerball gonna be lit.
And I love it too because he's like, well, he's only doing it because, you know, he gets money on it from you. Yeah, I make money from YouTube. That is a fact. I definitely do make money off YouTube, but it's like 10% of the money I make from my company, like for when I make doing, you know, what I just showed you with my cat card and other shit that I make way more money working for the Department of Defense than I'll ever make on YouTube. I can tell you right now. So the people, oh, he's only doing it for the money. No, I do it because I'm passionate about the shit, just like Butter is. Both of our garages look retarded. You know, we have, you know, cars, multiple vehicles that are worth more than our houses. So I think it's funny.
I mean, shit, just my Z06 is worth more than my damn house.
Oh, man.
I got a Z06 and a D170, so.
I got to do this while I'm on here, too, so I can't see the chat for a minute, but I'm going to get my ass up. You know, since that was the other thing the guy said, he thought he was cute. Oh, he's in a extended stay motel. There's my green screen that I had to move.
I mean, dude, you got multiple phones. Look, I can watch
my big guy, Ray Lewis. Oh, let me go out here. Oh, let me yeah, because, you know, we have security systems at the hotel.
But yeah, it's just so funny, these guys. It's like, and they all use the same words, clickbait and all, yeah, and they're all using the same vocabulary.
And then, you know, it's not like I have to do it, but like, yeah, I'm sure my hotel has, you know, the garage space and my BMW, the Cadillac, the Tesla, the Ram, the white Ram. I mean, I'm sure that the hotel lets me keep all of that shit there. You know what I'm saying? My M flag that's on my wall. Like, I'm sure the extended stay hotel is all about that.
Look at OC motivated in the chat, but not in the daggone backstage. I love when
maybe he is. I didn't check.
Oh no, well, I guess if I'm on here, which I should be able to see you on the backstage.
Let me see. Let me see if he is.
They would do it for clicks. What the fuck is wrong? What the fuck is wrong with that? Don't change the info or objective. Yeah, that's very true. But the funny thing is, man, like we ain't never talked about nobody else. We just went, made our content, and kept it moving, and just kept being right over and over again. Now, these dudes are so butthurt over the past, like, cause we've only really been leaking stuff like nonstop over and over again for over like a year and a half. And these dudes is like, oh man, like these guys are like, I'm getting tired of people coming on my own fans saying this is old news every time I leak something, or I say something when I'm allowed to by my daddy Tim Kaniskis. I'm going like, dude, I was leaking stuff before y'all even, before I even knew Tim Kaniskis, before I even said a word to him. I was leaking stuff way before that stuff. So I'm going like, I don't need to have inside info to be right about stuff.
No. I got to grab another beer. OC Motivator just hit in the chat. He said he's coming in. So let me grab a beer so we can add him in here. Oh,
yeah,
oh my God.
So freaking hilarious. These dudes are on this mission the damn be butt buddies for Stellantis.
I think it's funny though, but them being on this mission to try to discredit us is going to do nothing but give us more street cred, give us more credibility with the actual community. They're fucked. They're literally reverse cooking themselves.
Yeah, I mean, they gotta. I mean, me myself personally, I don't like talk about negative stuff, but I mean, you know, this company has been trashed for the last 5 years, and bringing out negative stuff, putting out there in the open, and then they see that, oh yeah, we need to correct this. That actually helps out in the long run. So it's like they just don't understand that.
I mean, I had that conversation with Tim the other day, just in the text, right? Where, you know, he said the same thing. He goes, I'm not mad at you and Butter. He goes, you guys are, you know, building excitement and shit for the brand, which is true. Everyone said the same thing. I mean, I saw Hemi's Muscles video. Like, even people that don't agree with me and may not like my ass still are like, I don't know, man, that dude be keeping the brands on people's minds.
Yeah, because like even though they don't like your stuff, they'll still talk about you, and then that's still damn you know, keeping it 100 though. It just
there was a subscriber, right? And the guy didn't even know like other people at this cookout he was at, and they were in Kansas or whatever, and they're talking about the channel. They're talking about me and you and Racer X or somebody else, and they were like, that guy TK is a fucking asshole, you know, but, you know, I hate it. I don't like that motherfucker, but he's right. So he had taken his iPhone and recorded that shit. I have this clip. I'm going to use it in a video, but it's funny. It's like, even the fucking haters know. Even the fucking haters know what time it is.
Yeah. Well, hell, you know, these dudes, they just don't understand that now that I know that they're going to try to like actively try to like discredit what we're saying and stuff, you just giving me more content to make videos on, to go and actually show how biased you are. You're literally doing this because your livelihood depends on being on basically towing the company line. Because a lot of these guys, they won't say anything negative about the company unless, you know, another publication says it, and then now they're free to give their opinion. But a lot of these guys won't say what they really want to say, because it will cost them perks. They won't get, as OC says, they won't get wine and dined. They come down to daggone Arizona, they go check out the Charger and stuff, and have you bet up with steak and stuff. So a lot of these guys can't say what they want to say, and they want to come after us. It's gonna be hilarious. It's gonna be funny going forward.
What's going on, Mr. OC Motivator?
What's up, guys? Can you hear me?
Oh yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So how many screens have you gone through on your phone punching the living daylights out of some of the stupid commenters?
0.
Oh my God. You know, it makes me upset because I used to have a company where I could mail people dicks in the mail anonymously. And I sold that company, but I think I might have started another one because I thoroughly enjoyed doing that shit. because, oh, some of these comments are now videos, right? And look, I'm not mad at the dude for making a video to say, oh, you know, he never posts which we do post documents, but he's trying to say, oh, he never posts well, post a document. Sure, I'm going to cook my sources, fucking retard.
Yeah,
you
but wait
know,
a minute. Why is he doing a video?
Well, so that was the thing. He was trying to say,
he's doing.
He's basically saying, yeah, he's basically saying that we're all of us are bullshit, and none of the stuff that we post is real. And I had somebody in the comments do it yesterday. It was actually on that Jeep video, and I was like, cool. Go through my videos from the last 6 months and find something that I said 6 months ago that didn't already happen or hasn't been announced that it's happening today, and get back to me.
Yeah, I said a year.
Quiet. Fucking crickets. He literally came back and was like, damn, fuck. I didn't.
Yeah. My question would be for him and anybody, because I've watched the comments too. And what's the problem? Help me understand this. Let's say some of it's rumor. Do they want you not to tell them anything anymore unless it's 100% bona fide? You have pictures, like you hear a rumor, like why not? Yeah, like that. Why not? Like you're just sharing. It's for them to decipher. Like not everything has to come through. I mean, sometimes there are things that are true that don't come true because they decided not to do it. And let's count on our fingers and toes how many times Dodge starts and stops things, or says they're going to do something or not going to do something and change their mind. Doesn't take away from the fact that this information, and I've seen it in our private chat, came from a reliable source. There's pictures, dude's name. I had a conversation with a guy yesterday. I'm gonna change my name to OC Motivators Garage Insider because I had a 40-minute conversation with a dude inside a dealership about these Daytonas, and it's pretty scary. You guys may have had the same conversation, but announcements that are going to be coming out and some likely owning up of the screw ups that have taken place. This is stuff, you know, we're having these are conversations. These are real. Like this was a real human being. Will Dodge actually come through with it? Who knows? But if we talk about it, we're just trying to get clicks. Of course we are. What is the point of having what do you guys, TK's got a $25,000 camera. I don't know, you know, I got a cheaper camera, but a nice camera. We got all this equipment to do these things. Yeah, we want clicks. Like we don't do videos to have 2 people watch them.
Yeah.
Like I still don't understand that. And I get it all the time. I had a guy, I generally don't delete comments. So sometimes when they're just clearly a Dodge Charger owner sitting there covered in soy latte wanting to rip me apart for the sake of ripping me apart. And they would never, ever, ever have the guts to say that in person to another grown man.
No.
There we are.
Yep.
It's like one big YouTuber told me once, said, you just got to post and ghost or you'll need therapy. And I'm like, I go in the comments and I can't help but to read it.
I mean, sure. You want me to show my sources and leak stuff? I mean, I can show you this D170 engine right here that's having is both sides of the main cap backing out and stuff. I mean, I can show you a lot more stuff. So I mean,
yep. And the people don't understand is you guys and we're buffering again here. Some of the pictures that are sent. I mean, you guys are careful. I know I am.
Yeah.
I mean, we're looking at reflections and things in the picture to make sure that we don't get somebody fired from their job. Like somebody lose their job after 20 years working for this company and
100%.
Dude loses retirement.
I mean, shoot, just like when I leaked that the Charter Daytona RT was being canceled for 2026. I mean, I showed in the video right there a clean screenshot of how 2025 you got the scat pack and the RT, and in 2026 no RT but 2 scat packs. I'm going like, how much more data do you want me to give you? I mean, what's wrong?
True.
Freaking hilarious. And then like I know Dodge was pissed off about that one because I actually got I'm not gonna say who it was, but let's just say someone high within Dodge sent me a message saying like, well, it's not exactly true that the RT is gone for 2026. I guess because now so many people started asking them about it. Now that they put that press release out about the RT being gone. So because of me making my video, a week or two later, they had to put that press release out that the RT is only postponed. But they were basically going to go and don't say anything. But I basically, beat them to the. I basically got them to the position where they had to say something because so much daggone rumors was getting out there. So, but that was a true rumor. They already told dealers the RT was gone,
and they removed it. You can't order it. They removed it from the system. You can't order the car. So,
yeah, and then hell, like even when you couldn't order the car and stuff. Those new names that were coming for the Outlaw and the GT, for the Charger and stuff, for the 6-pack cars. I mean, I talked to Dodge. They said it was like a mistake that they did that, but I mean, those names were way better than the freaking 6-pack. So I'm hoping they still come up with those names or whatever. I mean, those names were put in their system for a reason. But like you said, just because we say something that doesn't happen doesn't mean we were making it up. Sometimes they change their minds.
They should just call that car the fucking Bud Light. That's what they should do. Call that bitch the Bud Light and get over with it, man. I'm just so sick of. That's the other thing that drives me nuts is the people that will try to discredit us or say X, Y, and Z. It's not going to happen, and then it happens. Then we guessed it.
Yeah, you guessed
so we've been guessing everything. We guessed every single fucking thing from the Hemi to the TRX coming back to, remember what was the other thing that them jackasses at Mopar Insider said? Oh, the Hemi's only going to be available in the food stamp shit and the tradesmen and the whatever the other.
It's only going to be available in the low trim. You're not going to be able to get it in high trims.
That's why I'm getting a Longhorn with a 5.7 Hemi in it. Fucking retards. It's that kind of shit. And did they correct the record? No. Did they go back and print a correction that they were wrong about Dundee? No.
Nope.
But they are the first motherfuckers to try to come after me and Butter specifically. And I'm just like, nah, fuck that. I'm tired of that shit. Now I'm going to start, and I like it because Brad's met me in person. I'm that guy. I love it. I will be at SEMA, and I'm going to make sure I got some good shoes on. Because I love to see people in person.
Yeah, by the way, TK is a little taller than he looks on camera, just so you all know.
Yeah.
I had to stand on a wall to be able to see eye to eye with him.
Sure. Think the Undertaker.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey,
you know what's fucked up?
My favorite TK moment was this last year was the Tim Kuniskis' coming back dance, and then Tim Kuniskis came back. Like, if that wasn't a credibility builder right then and there, I'll be honest with you, even I was questioning you, TK. I was like, man,
what's crazy? I heard that's the thing. I think that even Tim, because Tim tried to talk, he goes, the text, he's like, you said you have sources above even me, and I'm like, yeah, I made it clear. I'm like, some of the shit I get comes directly from the board of directors. So he's like, how? And I was like, people remember I took that flight, and they were like, why is he flying to Detroit? And I literally only fly to Detroit to go have dinner and speak with somebody that is affiliated with the board of directors. So every time Tim and John Elkin had a phone call, I got a text message. I knew about that shit right away. So when the second or third call, whatever it was, happened, and they're saying that there's an offer on the table, I was like, yep, he's coming back. And 24 hours later, bang, he came. I did say he was going to come back and be the CEO of Stellantis. He only came back to be the CEO of Ram. That said, I love the people that be like, I guess that shit too, right? On the timeline.
But that had to piss them off because you took wind out of their sails when they wanted to make these announcements, and the announcement was already out. So there's a reason why.
So the reason why they're attacking us now, I think, is because they know they have all of this hurricane inventory, right? And it's the Osborne effect shit, right? They know that they're going to have all of this shit coming that's going to be badass, but they got to sell all this trash.
Exactly.
Yep.
That's why they made the Hemi more expensive because they got to move that Hurricane inventory out.
And if I could find a dealer that won't call the police on me when I show up at their lot, I will buy one of the new cool products.
I'm good. Until there's another car with 1,000 horsepower, I ain't buying it. I'm good.
It's funny. I said I wasn't going to buy shit from AutoNation, and I found an X5 diesel that was like super low miles, and it was at Toyota here in Vegas. And I saw it on car. I was like, let me just go grab it. It's like fucking 18 grand. I can just drive it as a daily. I'm going to just run, it's a 2018 or whatever. I'll just run it into the ground. So I go over there to get it. I'm not wearing no TK's garage shit, nothing. Just t-shirt, regular hat, sunglasses. I'm trying to just be cool. Man, walk into the dealership and I got 3 separate sales guys going, hey, man, hey, what's up, TK? Blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, oh, fuck. And they're like, man, I love what you guys do, man. I love what he goes, you got cameras on you? Are you doing that OC motivator shit right now? I was like,
I got a camera in each of my nipples. Just don't look down.
Oh, man. Last time I went to a dealership, it wasn't my local one. I had the sellers staring at me like they knew. I knew they knew who I was. They just want to say that to me because I got that reputation or like if you cross me, I will make a video about you. So it's like some people are just afraid to say something to me. But some people are like, hey, oh yeah, you're the guy to make YouTube videos about Dodge and stuff. So it'd be hilarious sometimes.
Yep.
When Butter's got the background music going, someone's ass is on fire.
Oh.
Like the hot.
That was the shit that I found was funny, man. When I saw this guy, or not just them though, but this is the first one on YouTube that's come that way. But I've seen it even on, I don't even want to mention the damn websites, but we saw it the other day. Like they're literally like, online sources would speculate, online YouTubers with speculation. Like, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, because I sent it to you because I do a lot of research, so I'm looking at all these people. Videos. I'm using stuff that you said in your article, so I'm pulling information from you, sources, and from people that I know that work for the company. I'm going like I pull information from a lot of places, so these dudes just don't like it's funny now that I see this and they're even attacking other people, going like people just don't read and people don't understand, like people get it wrong. I'm like, dude, y'all are literally attacking people who are reading your news. Like,
yep.
You're literally doing because like that dude when we talking about that dude was like, oh well, these car guys, they're normally Republicans, they're MAGA and stuff, yada yada. I'm going like, what the freaks y'all was talking about? Y'all are some of the most goofiest, dumbest people who just so happen to write stuff and think everybody's going to believe everything you say now. And now you got marching orders from Stellantis to go and start attacking other people. Now that's like the cool thing to be. Instead of it being about facts and truth, now it's about what my truth is and damn everything everybody else says. That's basically what it is. You basically become activists and not journalists.
Yeah, I love that they just talk shit and just say whatever. Somebody sent me another video though, whatever. It was like, oh, that guy puts racing and all this other shit in his intros or outros, and that motherfucker couldn't race or win shit. I was like, oh, okay, cool. I was like, yeah.
Well, I would love to race my demon, but my demon has to work first.
That's important, right?
humble brag. But shout out to my people at Destroyer 1320. But yes, we got this one for the Wounded Warrior Foundation from the Green Monster, and now it's just a 392. So, and I beat the fuck out of the Hellcat. So I love the people that just talk shit or make assumptions and don't know anything. Like the other guy, oh, he's on disability. He's disabled. I'm like, yep. And I didn't need to do that, but I did that earlier in the live stream. I was like, here's my government insurance card. We don't get those if you don't work for the government. And I was like, here's my fucking cat card. Eat a dick.
Yeah. So freaking funny, man. I need to make a video addressing Mod of Fame when he called me out again. I'm going like, hell, my car don't fucking work. So how am I gonna make a video challenging the race if my car don't work? Like,
Oh, it came for you again?
wait, he made a follow-up video to my video, so I got a damn
Well, when he was walking around the car.
yeah. He changed the subject, right? Because the subject was he can beat anybody in a Charger Daytona. Why is he walking around the car now?
Yeah, and that thing got like no views. It's wild to see how many big YouTubers are getting no views.
Well, here's the other thing, right? And this is, I'm not saying Stefan did this. I've known Mod Defend for a long time, but I'll say this: most people, and that goes for our subscribers as well. They can see through bullshit, right?
Yeah.
So Brad and Butter could both tell you the same shit. I am the same motherfucker I am on video that I am in person. I'm not a different person. Unfortunately,
significantly larger though. I mean,
it's true.
So does that? I was looking up like, damn, how the damn tall is this damn dude? Yeah, I'm jacking you to beanstalk.
You got to wait till you meet. I know Brad met Dizzle, but you wait till you meet Dizzle. That motherfucker, man. Jesus Christ, that kid's huge, man. But
I was gonna stuff TK in the Lamborghini, give him a ride, but I realized that was what, a year ago. You'd still be in it.
Yep, I wouldn't be able to fit in that car to save my life.
Cut a hole in the roof. Dude, what are you like 6'5", 6'6"?
Yeah, 6'5", 320.
It's freaking crazy.
Yep. But it just makes me laugh. You know, I see this shit, and a lot of these guys don't get views anymore because people see through the shit, or they meet them in person, or like videos come out of them somewhere else, and they see they're not actually that person that people thought they were. You know what I'm saying? Like, not about maybe what they do for a living, but like just their personality. They're not the same person. So unfortunately, and they take a lot of. I've seen massive channels. They just take 6 months off. I mean, even the guy that talked shit today that we talked about earlier in the live stream, dude's got like 58,000 subscribers, but he's getting 200 views a video. Like that's bad.
They're like your Osmobil use like that pickup truck SUV guy. Dude got like down there 120, 30,000 subscribers, getting 5,000 views, 4,000 views, 3,000.
You know why? The only people that still follow that channel or watch that guy's shit are the people that also believe the same shit that guy believes, right? Those, and I'm just speaking for me. I'm not speaking because I don't want people coming for y'all too, but fuck those guys. Because they're the same guys that were trying to push like the Diesel Emission Reduction Act, and they were having like let's get more emission controls on trucks. What the fuck? You're a pickup truck channel that's promoting cutting the balls off a pickup. Get the fuck out of here. Like, how the fuck I would change my channel to I wear pink dresses and drive a Prius. Why the fuck would you do that? That's insane. I don't get it. It don't make sense to me. That's like being a Mopar channel, and then you're like, yeah, we fuck the Hemi. Let's get 4 cylinders. Get the fuck out of here. What?
And by the way, we don't use the Prius reference anymore. We use the Dodge Charger Daytona.
The Dodge Charger.
Oh man,
Prius is about 1,000 times more masculine because it actually has an engine.
You know what's crazy? I wonder if the new Prius is quicker than the Charger.
Well, I mean, allegedly, they keep saying the Charger could beat 99% of everything, so nothing is faster than the damn Charger.
I've seen these articles where the Charger is faster than the Hellcat, and I'm like, what? At an eighth of a mile? It's sure the fuck ain't quicker at a quarter. I'm like, what? What? Hell no. What?
Yeah, they leave out the fact that it's quicker than the Hellcat to 60, but then the Hellcat smokes it.
Oh, they're out of their minds, man. Absolutely out of their minds.
Yeah, and I'm like, and like the bad thing is, right, the Hellcat smokes it, and that's like a damn 10-year-old car,
Right.
and still smokes a brand new car.
Yep.
The car is supposed to beat the old car in every metric possible. How is it still getting destroyed by the previous car? You're supposed to
Right.
be it's supposed to be, have updates to it, right? That Daytona, when it came out, its benchmarks should have been Hellcat. Beat the Hellcat in every metric. That would have stopped people from talking about that car, but it doesn't. It's not. It's not a scat pack. It's basically not like it's basically an RT. They got badges of scat pack. Like, and even what OC says, hey, OC said, hey, call the car Charger Daytona GT, be done with it. No one would think it's a performance car, or just rebadge it as like a 300, a Chrysler 300. Nobody would have cared about that car.
Right.
But they intentionally put the Scat Pack name on there, and the Scat Pack name is one of the most important badges. I mean, that Scat Pack badge sells basically more than any other trim. I mean, hell, I think that sells more than that RT.
Yep.
But it's a very important badge. They just basically ruined that badge forever. So like,
because now when you say scat pack, oh yeah, I got a scat pack. People that know the cars that are out, and they're like, oh, you got one of them lame ass cars. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I mean, hell, the people gonna feel the. To me, I think people gonna feel the same way with those 6-pack cars. People gonna be like, oh yeah, I got me a Charger. I'm like, oh hell, them buggy, glitchy vehicles. Because the one thing these guys don't realize is a lot of these software glitches are baked into the actual car itself. It don't matter what the drivetrain is. It don't matter if it's battery, Hurricane, or Hemi. All of them share the same electrical architecture. So if one of them has that problem, then the next one's gonna have it.
yep.
So I think that's why they're pushing back the actual Hurricane, because they cannot afford to have another disaster at launch.
No, I mean, I think that's why Filosa delayed the Wagoneer S, and he delayed it as long as he could because he knew it was going to be a fucking disaster anyway. And then they put it out, and what was it? It's the same shit as the Charger. It has the same issues. It's a brick. And right now, like probably before mid-July, the Charger and the Wagoneer S will pass the Dodge Hornet for the vehicle with the most buybacks and lemon laws of a United States-based vehicle. Damn.
And like, they gotta squash this now, because once you start mass producing Hurricanes, it's gonna get like a Wagoneer, like a Grand Wagoneer style reputation. People don't like those vehicles because they know just from reputation, those things are very glitchy and buggy. The only reason why people are buying them is because they're throwing such great incentives on them. People can't help but not take advantage of it, because you basically played at a way cheaper price, but then you trade with reliability for that cost. So it's like they're like, oh, well, you're lying. The Wagoneer is selling good. Well, no, if it was selling good, they wouldn't put $10,000, $15,000, $20,000 off sticker price. You don't release a brand new car and then turn around and be like, $20,000 discount because we're nice like that. They don't do that nonsense anywhere else.
Nope.
The dude I talked to yesterday, that inside guy, said, and you guys have heard this too, but he says on the inside, the designers, the engineers, the people that put their heart and souls into building that Charger Daytona were so proud of that thing. And when Tavares was shoving it through, they knew it wasn't ready to go. Everybody knew it wasn't ready to go, is what he's telling me. Yet Tavares wanted that thing out, and the company wanted that thing out, and they knew they were going to have issues, and they made the conscious decision to launch a faulty and flawed product, and that's going to come out someday, and we're going to keep saying it and keep getting hate for. Like, a guy gave me this shit yesterday on one of my last videos. Well, you're just a hater. I'm unsubscribing. I'll try to survive, dude. They think we're all making a living on YouTube. It's like, I'll try to get by, dude. Like, I hope hopefully I'll survive this massive event in my life. But you're a hater. All you do is hate on that thing. I'm like reading other people's comments, other people's stories. They're not mine. I'm just telling the truth. If you walk in to buy one of those things, you might as well jump off a a very high bridge with no water underneath and be shocked that you died when you hit the ground. It's like you just
I mean, shoot. It
Mexican
just
Spec just said there has been internal memos that attest to that fact. So there has to be internal memos. Yeah, you know there is.
Facts.
hell, I don't need internal memos. I've talked to engineers. Hell, one of the publications who was talking about us, they told me straight up they knew that the car was going to launch recalls and issues. They couldn't print anything because it would damage their reputation with Stellantis. So these
See,
publications for a fact that these cars were going to have problems because they have sources too. They
but
just,
see, this is what I like about us when we can talk about. And Tim did say that to me in text too. He goes, well, I feel like this was almost an excuse. Like we don't get invited because then we would lose all our street cred with the Mopar people, right? And I was like, yeah, maybe, but I had to say, I was like, I like that I don't get invited because I don't have to swing from their ball sack and say shit that's nice. I can say shit that's true, and they can either take that as constructive criticism or go fuck themselves. I don't care. So, I don't have to be nice to Stellantis because they're not going to send me some shit. I'm not worried about that.
yeah, I mean, I'm not going to kiss and tell, but some of those publications, like I said, if I go and actually release some of the things they told me in the background that they wouldn't say in public, you'll be surprised how they really feel. They just can't say it because for us, this is part-time. This is a passion thing for us. For them,
Right.
their livelihood. So they can't say the wrong thing or this would jeopardize their company's stance, their ability to actually cover the news in the future. They make money off of this. So they have to basically do whatever Stellantis tells them to do, or especially, let's say, for example, Mopar Insiders. They only cover Mopar. They can't afford to piss off Stellantis. You piss off Stellantis, your entire company model is done.
Well, so here's the problem with that. They could still do it, but they could do it the same way that I do it. Like I buy shit. I pay for fucking information. Like I've made it very clear. Told other people that work at Stellantis the same. Outside of the shit I get from the board of director people that hit me up, like the other lower level. I compensate those people for the information they give me, especially if it's valid, right? Mopar insiders and them could do the same shit, and then they wouldn't have to be swinging. I mean, I don't understand how you could be a journalist or investigative journalist or any of that shit. I've been in intelligence for 22 years. We pay for information. I mean, feds pay for snitches. Intelligence officers pay their sources. I don't understand how journalists are like, fuck you, I'm not paying you shit, but if you want to tell me, that's cool. Maybe that's why. They don't have to swing from Stellantis' nuts. They can fucking publish whatever the fuck they want and probably get a lot more readers by doing the same shit that I do. And I built this. I mean, between me and Butter and Brad talking in the chat on a regular basis, I really didn't start pushing hard into leaks until like 14 months ago. That was it. 16 months ago, whatever it was. Not even a year and a half ago.
Yeah. Basically, like January when we start going after the dealers.
Yep.
But that, we was like, full steam ahead and leaks. And been proven right over and over. So we done all built like when we doubled down on leaking stuff, like hell, my channel damn near grew like twice as fast covering leaks and revealing stuff. Like I had like maybe like 15,000 subscribers last December, and now I'm almost touching 50,000. That's how much my channel grew.
Yeah.
From just going after dealers or covering stuff that these other channels won't cover, giving like my honest take. And
yeah.
I mean, I'm growing in views, so it's like these people just stale because they have to wait for the information, and then they have to be nice on what they said, and then they got to wait for their embargo date to lift.
Right. Now, I'll also, like, I'll be honest, right? So like if I knew some shit and Tim hit me up and I knew like maybe it was some Dizzle, get your ass into the fucking stream, bro. You got the link, motherfucker. You got a cell phone. Get your ass in the stream. Anyways, oh, he was working. Oh, that's right. He would see. I love all these people that think we just do all this YouTube shit for all the money, and everybody don't think that we all have companies or jobs. Yeah, but it just I don't know, man. If Tim hit me up and I knew something like groundbreaking was coming, and he was like, "Please don't talk about this because I know you already know about it because it's gonna fuck up, you know, a launch or something that they're doing, and it's within a few. Like, of course, I'm not gonna fucking destroy something that I care about, duh. But if I hear about some shit and it's like 6 months out and I haven't got a memo or nobody has said anything to me, I'm fucking talking about that shit. Sorry. Like, period.
And the funny part is there are things that we hear from even our own sources that we don't even make videos on. So
Nope.
they really gonna get pissed off that now we know that they're gunning for us. And
Yeah, because that's where I'm at now. That's where I'm at now. I'm at the point now where I'm like, all the shit that I don't talk about that I get on a regular basis. Now I'm gonna be like, fuck it. And I gotta double my videos, which I already do, you know, 3 to 5 fucking videos. And now I gotta do 7 or 8 and talk about shit I wasn't gonna talk about anyway. But now I'm gonna do it just to be petty, just because they're saying, oh, this didn't, and I'll post data sheets and shit, as long as it doesn't get those sources in trouble, and just start posting shit.
So can I said this in my last video and I tried to not throw anybody on the bus, but I think we got enough people here that this is the kind of great information for them to hear is I was right when I said we were in the club. The three of us, we were in the club. We were having inside conversations with Tim. You guys, I mean, still do. But I mean, they were telling us what's going. We were saying nice things when all we did is when I loved the Dodge and I was just every video was wonderful, other than roasting the dealerships. We were in the club. I mean, they were offering up some, you know, some kindness, if you will. But all three of us made a conscious decision to forego the kindness, meaning trips, gifts, inside information sent to, you know, Radford, these things that all have been done for all the other YouTubers. It wasn't like they threw us out of the club. We knew every video we made roasting the daylights out of Tavares to Stellantis that there were going to be corporate guys that were going to say they are persona non gratis. We were hurled from the nightclub because it looks like Butter's in a nightclub when he walks around his house, all those different color lights. We were hurled out of the nightclub, and we made a decision to stay out of the nightclub, and they won't let us back because we won't pander. Period. That just is how it is. Even if they invited us tomorrow and we showed up, I might even wear a tuxedo. If they show us dog shit, we're going to come back and say, it's dog shit. Will we be nicer and more gentle? I probably would, but the same information's coming out of my mind. I know you're not, but I might be appreciative that they at least gave us the respect of it, but the opinion's still going to be the same.
Yeah.
And now there's just, that's why I think people need to know. Well, some guy goes, well, you guys are just mad because you're getting left out. You guys are, it's just crying over spilt milk or sour grapes. We decided to get thrown out. That was a decision we made. Dodge dealership without getting arrested. I mean, we made decisions to get thrown out of these clubs and to give information that we have and share opinions that no one else will share. So, it's, if they want to let us back in, they're going to have to accept us the way we are. And that's the great divide.
And you know what's crazy is I think they get a lot more credibility, or they get a lot more people that, the actual Mopar people that follow all of us, right? They get a lot more credibility or look at goodwill because they know that I know at least I'm not for sale. I don't give a shit. So if the same way when I was at the Mopar booth at SEMA and they told me to leave because I was like, look at this piece of shit. And I'm looking at the Hurricane engine and I'm putting out all the cheap plastic shit. And they were like, sir, can we the upper management has asked us to ask you to leave. I was like, oh, okay, cool. Cool. Y'all ain't got nothing in this booth right now that I want.
But you know what I'll say, TK, and I'll give you this credit because you're right. You're going to say what you're going to say. But isn't it? I could tell you are super respectful to Tim because Tim
100%.
is super because he is super respectful to you.
Yes.
So I've seen the conversations. You've shared the conversations, and he gives you respect. You give him that respect back. It's when the rest of the company's just being stupid. It's going to be more unfiltered. We're all cool with Tim because Tim's freaking cool with us. It's just he even says the corporate guys
Tim,
don't like you guys.
I think Tim and Bob and Matt, because Matt was under Tim, right? I think that group, those three guys, are the only reason the Hemi comes back to Ram, right?
Yeah.
Because if Tim never comes out of retirement, they'd still be pushing this fucking retarded shit.
Yep.
And the REV or whatever that fucking generated bullshit RAM with batteries is that they're going to come out with would already be out, and it would be a fucking disaster. And everybody would be looking at Stellantis products or Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram like Yugos. They'd be looking at that shit like, I don't know if I can make it to work today.
So when's Chrysler going to bring a new 300 back? Why do they need a CEO there? The Maytag repairman could do that job. When are they going to bring something back to Chrysler?
Yeah, wasn't going to bring a 300 back because Chrysler was supposed to go EV only. Like, was going to take this company down this road of going EV only. Everyone was getting frustrated and stuff, but these publications couldn't invent that. And so, and then like even with this, right? Every time one of us said something about Tavares negatively, no one said anything positive to say Tavares is not like that. Yeah, y'all need to stop being hard to Tavares. Not a single person I've ever seen a single person stand up with Tavares.
Like, well, you know what I'm waiting for? I'm waiting for Tavares to get put into the same situation that his predecessor did at Renault and Nissan. That's what I'm waiting. I'm waiting for that because the way he pushed his compensation and tried to sink this fucking company I think he did it just for his profits. There's no way that the SEC is not looking at that shit and looking at what the stock price was and what it is now and how investors got so screwed and the company is hurting so bad on profits because of absolutely asinine decisions that were made by him as the CEO.
I mean, it could have been just stupidity because he was the same guy who tried to basically fix the problems FCA had with all their emission cheating stuff. The FCA did just as much emission cheating stuff as Volkswagen did, and they was coming up on getting fined by people. So he signed that goofy agreement with California to lock them into them making EVs only for like the next 5 years. And so he shifted all the daggone production, Ram Red, Wagoneer S, Charter Daytona. We're going to launch 20, 30 EVs in the next 5 years, whatever. He pushed the company on his all EV first strategy. And then when he was stuck like that crap, he's not reading the room. No one wanted this nonsense. But I think it was just stupidity. And
you know what? I wouldn't even have had a problem with the way that the CAFE standards were at the time if they pushed it. But keep the shit you already had. Like, never shut down Brampton, continue to make Chargers and Challengers with Hellcat engines and Hemis and 392s and refresh it. Fucking refresh the body if you need to. Who cares? But keep selling the shit that actually makes you money while you build out this EV shit and see if it sells. Instead, he literally took all the eggs from the company and put it in one basket and said, fuck it. You can't do that.
He had a successful formula for a while, right?
There we go.
They had a successful formula where all they had to do was basically make a classic version, like you said, of the Challenger and Charger. They could have kept Brampton running and make classic versions of the Challenger and Charger because people were still buying it. Like, they could have still kept making Challengers and Chargers until the Charger Daytona production was up to the point where they can let go of the classic. Just like with the Ram 1500, they could have been made, made the 5th-gen version, the one that just get retired as the Ram Classic, and it basically still gave people heavies and stuff while the Hurricanes was popping out because Rams have an affordability problem and they can't fix it.
Right.
Everything costs too much.
That was the one thing that I went back and forth with Tim on, is where he says it's impossible. There's no way for them to build a sub $40,000 truck now, right? And I'm kind of like, I get where he's coming from. I understand inflation. That's not a problem anymore. Interest rates are getting cut here in the near future. Like, when I look at the market, the economy, where we're at money wise, I almost feel like it's a cop out when they say they can't make a affordable truck anymore. They just don't want to make an affordable truck because they make so much more money on retail on that fucking truck that's $50,000 with a Hemi in it, and like the one that people would be like, well, you shouldn't say shit. You're ordering one. I can afford to buy one. So yeah, I'm gonna buy a Longhorn Ram with a 5.7 liter e-torque in it, and I'm probably gonna pay $78,000 to $82,000 for that truck. Sure, 100% I am, because I want it. Now, everybody doesn't need a friggin' Longhorn. I don't understand why they can't take that classic trim, put it in the 2019 to 2023 fascia, because I know that they skinnied the headlights and did all that shit for 2024 and 25 or whatever. But do that and sell that truck at like 43. Sell the food stamp shit, the Pentastar shit for 39, 38. They don't want to do it because they want to buy back more stock. I'm not dumb. Like, I know they want to have their profits up so they can keep buying back more stock and buying back more stock that they want to do every quarter. But at some point, if you want the company to be here for 15 or 20 years, you got to do some shit that's going to move numbers. And I feel like I'm a guy in business when it comes to business. I get government contracts because I move numbers for less money. And I make a shit ton of money to do that. I don't go, fuck it, that toilet seat's going to be $28,000. The toilet seat I might sell the government's $100, but I'm going to move a lot of them, and I'm going to get paid off of it. I don't understand how Stellantis, i.e. Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, which is the legacy of where this fucking company comes from, good value, more features, better value than what you got if you went to GM or Ford. That's what the fuck built the company. I don't understand how they don't get that. And now they're trying to be Range Rover, BMW, and food stamp Lincoln. You can't do that. That's not what people buy this shit for. That's not what it is.
Analytics, because analytics probably tells them that a more expensive truck, even if it sells less, still is going to make more money than volume. That's basically its analytics probably. But I mean, they always make. There's no way in the world that they can tell me they can't make a $30,000 Hemi Gen 5 Ram truck, because all they got to do is make it in Mexico, have just Mexico build number Gen 5 Ram trucks with a 5.7 in there, and give it just and make them all run around the same option.
Here's the thing. I know they're going to say, well, we can't get the suppliers. They can get the suppliers. We're not having. I'm willing to bet if they, and I challenged him to do that, right? And you can see that comment I pinned up there. He said, my Warlock was out the door, $31,000 in 2019. And I've said the same thing. I bought my Ram Rebel, like fully loaded, sunroof, the whole fucking thing. During COVID, it was October of 2020. I think I paid $46,000 for that truck. I paid $39,000 out the door for the manual Scat Pack, and I ordered those. And I paid, I don't know, $82,000 for the TRX. Like this, the prices that they're trying to get now, and I understand shit costs more money, or money changed and shit costs more money now. Within reason. It didn't go up 30%. You know what I'm saying? Like, money didn't change 30% between now and 2021. That's bullshit. So they can't use that as a fucking excuse. And if they go, oh, well, it's tariffs, then fucking move your shit here. What the fuck are you doing? Like,
no, but watch. Watch, guys. In 2019, Stellantis made $4.3 billion. Last year, I think it was $5.5 billion. They've got $50 billion sitting in the bank. What if they said, I mean, they say, well, they can't drop prices. You have $5.5 billion in profit. Maybe you should try to get by on $1 billion. If you know what I mean, if get your prices squared away and take the fight to the streets with the customers. Don't make as much for a year, but get your products going back into the hands of consumers. They're so tied to the stock price and trying to drive profit and these stupid agendas with the EV stuff that they forgot about the customer and they raise the prices through the moon. And it's not that they can't make them; they clearly can. How do you make $5.5 billion if you're running a thin margin? Their margin is not as bad as they're saying it is. Make $1 billion. You know how much $1 billion is?
It's a lot.
It's $1,000 million. So try to get by on that for a couple years. But no, Tavares had to make $40 million for screwing a company up. Stop blowing money and just drop your prices. How about try to get by on $2.5 billion? If you look at you know why? Because there were some years, you know what years those were, when they were making 17, 18, 15 billion dollars in profit. So they're looking in the rearview mirror.
Yeah, those first
and
three.
Cars were cheap. By the way, cars were cheaper when but in the same vein, they go, well, wages are down, this, that, and the other thing. They ship all these jobs overseas. They cut plants. They cut all this production. Well, then cut prices.
Yeah.
I mean,
they could do it.
Makes no sense.
They could 100% do it. They don't have an excuse. They could do it. It's just the Italians and the French don't want to do it. They're like, fuck those Americans. We don't want to. That's what it is. They're like, no. But they don't understand that they could take, and Tim talked about that, right? He talked about it on his presentation on how much it costs to acquire a customer. And he talked about that with us privately, where he was like, oh, it costs so much money to get somebody to switch from GM or Ford. No, it doesn't. If you build a better truck for less money, people will leave. They're going to come get the better truck for less money every time.
Well, here, it's not even just the better truck. If you build a cheaper truck and people having problems with that brand because GM's having a big engine problem, people will go to another brand that's cheaper to get them out of a hole because they might be upside down and might be willing to basically take on that debt in a cheaper truck. So, I mean, it's just like Stellantis as a whole, their whole strategy of what they're doing does not work. They made a ton of money up front, and the next thing you know, people caught on and people aren't doing with this whole nonsense of overpaying for vehicles. And they done lost so much market share, they have no choice but to daggone lower prices in order to get their vehicles back in the hands of customers in order to get their market share back.
Yep.
Like they need market share back. And they're not doing anything to get that.
I love the excuses that are being made by some of these Mopar sites where they're like, well, actually, Ram sold more trucks this year than they did last year because they didn't count on the rental shit. Like, are you fucking serious? Your math ain't mathing, you fucking retards. Like, they still lost. I don't give a fuck how you want to put it. And Wall Street doesn't give a fuck if they sold more retail shit and they got more profit off retail shit. They look at the volume and the cash flow. Cash flow is more important than most of the metrics when it comes to a company. And when you have a bunch of rental vehicles that you're not selling anymore, fucking Wall Street cares. And the stock price reflects that shit. That's what they do. So I love these quote unquote fucking journalists that are like, well, it's only because of this. Like, stop it. Quit. You look stupid.
Remember, a job preservation strategy in a publicly traded company for any executive, and everybody's an employee, even the top guys are employees, is to, whenever you can, compare a bad year to a worse year to save your job for having a bad year. To say we're doing better than the worst year. So when you have a horrible freaking year and the next year is horrible, but it's not as horrible as last year, you tout how great this year is. That's a corporate executive save my job, get bonus strategy. It's like, and I don't want to get into my world, but it's like pay for profit improvement because somebody screwed up less than they did last year.
Right.
It's a windfall, and that's how these companies work, and that's why you see big, huge bonuses going around. And I'm all for people getting paid a lot of money. Lord knows we all would love to do that, but
100%.
killing a company and giving us wrong stories. Like Tim said, maybe we all do have a meeting or something with it. I would love it, but my questions would be really hard to answer because it would be, why don't you drop prices? Well, margins, this, that, and the other thing, and the gymnastics, and I got to do 3 backflips. No, Tavares cut expenses to the bone. So you right there, where did that money go? Yep. Okay, well, no, you guys raised prices to the moon. Help me understand this. You made a big, huge profit. If you were running in the red, I would say, oh man, this is tough. They're not running in the red.
They're still profitable, even with the bullshit. This is the thing.
Just
like that's if they had us come sit like that. If that happened, right, and we're all sitting down at dinner, I literally could be like, I don't need to see your books, but I can show you right now how to make that truck $38,000, and you'll sell a shit ton of them.
Yeah,
getting rid of that 12-inch fucking screen. Fuck them 20-inch wheels that you're putting on that shit. Put some steel wheels on that motherfucker. Put some goddamn hand cranks in there for the windows. We don't need a power rear window and a sunroof and the rest of the shit on this truck. Put it out there with a 6-foot bed and a regular fucking exhaust. And guess what? Bingo, truck's $38,000. Sell it.
Yep. All I need is air conditioning and some roll-up windows. And
that's
maybe
it.
Bring the wind wings back. Remember the wind wings? Bring those things back, man. You sell trucks like crazy. I mean, look at Slate. Slate's trying to do it with that electric thing. Here's a little cheap truck. They're going to be able to mix and match parts. It's going to be an independent company. Starts off. There's going to be really cheap. They're going to probably have a ton of success. Some big company's going to buy them, start raising prices, dropping quality, and kill the brand.
Well, I looked at it and I saw Tim made comments directly about the Slate thing, right? And I thought that shit was funny because I was like, I think Tim is betting on the Dakota to be the cheap truck. But the problem is, if the Dakota starts at 38,000, that's not a cheap truck.
It has to be in the 20s.
It's got to start at like 21, 22, with nothing, butt naked. And then fully loaded at like, I don't know, 35, 36. Maybe you have something there. I just,
what happens? You pick up every demographic. When you get the price cheap enough, you start picking up the young people, and the young people start customizing and making them cool. And everybody else wants to have those things. And you get the older folks who want a truck to put around in their retirement community. You get every demographic if they do that. And then guess what happens? The younger people go, well, damn, I want TK's big, huge Laramie. I want this, I want a bigger truck now. And they climb the food chain, but they don't have that.
Fire to get that big one.
But that's the problem I think they have now, right? Like that was the thing with Mopar is, they always had the levels, right? I know people, like I was big in the Houston car scene, right? So people would start with a Charger with a SXT with food stamp seats and didn't have shit in it, right? But they had a Charger and they were happy as fuck. They put lights on it, wheels on it, and they go from that car to an RT. They might have that RT for a year and a half, and then they go. I've seen you do videos on this, Brad, and they don't have that anymore. They don't have the ability to let people step up through the shit, and so now it's like, fuck it. If you don't have 70 grand, like go fuck yourself. That's literally where they're at right now.
Yeah, you no longer had the ability to start from the bottom. Now you're here. That's basically what it is.
Yeah.
I feel like they've turned like the car side and even the truck side, like into Corvette, right? When I go to car shows now, and I was just at one in Huntington Beach the other weekend, and they had a whole Corvette section, and you see all those dudes with Corvette shirts on and Corvette hats and their fold out fucking lawn chairs sitting next to their $110,000 Corvettes. And I'm literally like, I looked at every person there was like 60 or older that had these Corvettes. There was not a young fucking person that had one of those C8s or C7s or C6s that was there. You know what I'm saying? The people that had the young shit was like Datsun, Nissan, BMW. And when we went to the Mopar section, it was the same shit. Like the Demon 170s that were out there, I mean, Butter would have been hot shit if he would have showed up at the event. All the old bitches would have been trying to jump on him because they was like, oh shit, somebody under 60 out here with a Demon 170. What the fuck? It was, they're making it to a point where it's not affordable. You can't get into the scene. You can't even get into Mopar now unless you're buying some 25-year-old piece of shit that's been dogged out through, thousands of takeovers.
Yep. This guy Vice says, you guys hear about the Slate truck for $20,000 $50 down payment? Yeah, I just got through mentioning that. You're good. It's the problem the problem with that thing is they're never going to make money. They're going to lose their ass, just like every electric vehicle company does and still is. When you look at Rivian, Lucid, VinFast is like dying. Polestar's a disaster. Fisker's in trouble, but someone will buy them because they figure out how to do it at least cheaper than they could do it. But then they'll just screw the thing up. Had Slate come out with a small 4-cylinder engine, roll up windows, all those body matching, the mix and match parts, and came out with that thing for $16,000, that company would go to the freaking moon.
You know who could buy them though? Who's going to try? Who most likely will try to buy them? Is going to be GAC, one of these Chinese companies that does exactly that. Little 4-cylinder, the shit they build shit for Dodge. So it's going to be a GAC or a Chery or somebody else that does do internal combustion engines, but also EVs. And that's how they get their foot in the door in the US because they've been trying like a motherfucker to get here. They just can't get in.
Well, this whole EV thing's dying. It's dying a slow, painful death, and we're watching it firsthand. But you say that on a video, boy, the people go nuts, don't they? You guys,
they get mad.
It's the future. You guys are just haters. Like, no, dude.
And I mean, it's a huge scam in California because California, all they do is they go after these companies who have gasoline or diesel engines, find them, and as part of their settlement, they got to basically do all these EV stuff for California. That's the only reason why EVs are damn popular in California is because the damn carb scams that are going on. Because I've been reading all that crap about carb and all the little sneaky little stuff they do to these companies, just like the one how they snuck in for Stellantis to basically make EVs all to 2030. Oh my!
Well, the problem with the EVs now, right? They were cheap for a while. If you lived in California, it was way cheaper than gas. But now, like Dizzle just moved back. He's out there in Huntington Beach, and he's got to drive to Costa Mesa and shit to charge that fucking car. And he's paying 55 to 58 cents a kilowatt hour. He's actually paying more money for electricity than he was paying to fuel up his ZR2 truck. And so I'm like, the EV shit, unless you got one of those deals like I got on my Cybertruck in the Model S where you charge for free, shit is not worth it. Can't do it.
Yeah, I can't believe you're going to give away that Tesla with the free supercharging. Those are getting really hard to find, man. Those are. I got a guy in Southern here in Costa Mesa actually that gets them, and they're hard to keep. Yeah,
I was getting rid of it because it's like, and I honestly don't know if I'm going to keep the Cybertruck either. It's at Tesla again for the same price. If it does it one more time, I'm going to lemon law it. But it's, I was going over like how much money I save in fuel, and then I just went over how comfortable am I in my Longhorn or in my Laramie, right? And when I drive, the Longhorn, I got to climb up to get into that fucking thing. But the Laramie, I got electric steps and all that. And that shit is like driving a fucking Lexus with 4-wheel drive with a Ram logo and a Hemi. And it sounds, and to be honest, yeah, I spend, $800 to $1,100 a month in fuel to drive, that and the Cadillac and other shit around. But I'm just way more comfortable sitting in that Ram than I am in the Cybertruck or the Tesla or any the shit that is free to drive. I would rather pay to be comfortable with AC that works and doesn't slow down because it's 120 degrees and the AC needs to cool down the fucking batteries. I'd rather have some shit where I have a cooling system and a thermostat and I have air conditioning that works. I'd rather pay for the gas and be comfortable. And that's where I'm at with it now. Cause I was like, don't get me wrong, I'm probably still going to buy EVs as long as I can get tax credits. I'm probably going to buy one every year. But once that goes away, I got no reason to buy those cars ever.
Yeah.
I mean, hell, like the only EV I damn want personally is the damn Hummer EV. That's the only one that I'm like, I would love to grab one, but like I just can't afford.
They got one. They got one out here at Findlay at Chevy, and I looked at it the other. It's $69,000. It's got 4,000 miles on it. I was like, why is it 69,000? It's been sitting on their lot for 14 consecutive months.
Mm.
It's gone down like 13,000. I can't sell it.
I mean, I because like I drove a Charger Daytona, and I was like a Scat Pack version. I'm like, oh, okay, it's all right. These people telling you that this thing will smoke everything in the road. Like I done been to multiple ones. I went right next door because there was a GMC dealership, and I jumped right into a Hummer EV. Literally the exact same damn performance as that daggone car, but you got like a 9,000 pound car, 9,000 pound truck versus a 5,000 pound freaking car, and I got literally the exact same performance out of it. I'm going like that Hummer EV is just way more impressive. And that vehicle was basically designed 5 years ago and was still leagues and ahead of Dodge with that Charger Daytona.
That's literally because Tavares, and I don't know if we've talked about this, but Tavares did not let the engineers build that car the way. If you look at what the Banshee looked like at SEMA and CES and some of the other places that they had that car, and you look at what the current car is now, yes, they favor each other, but they're not the same car. You know, the Banshee was wider. It had a more low slung roof. It looked better. And the design, the interior, the screens, all that shit in those concepts were better than that shit that they came out with the production model. But Tavares wanted to cut money. So,
you know, $80,000 for a Scat Pack. Like just saying the word, $80,000 for a Scat Pack, somebody be like, that's a markup because everybody is used to Scat Packs being in the $60,000 range.
And I feel like that's too. I feel like the Scat Packs were the $40,000 car. The RTs were 30. The Hellcats were 70 to 80. You know, like the shit that they're doing now is just. I mean, the fact that they're trying to sell a Scat Pack EV for the same money I could have got, a fully spec'd out, Challenger Hellcat in 2020 is insane. It's just ridiculous.
I mean, hell, you could buy a red eye in the $80,000 range.
Yeah, that's what I mean, it's absolutely ridiculous.
I'm like, man, if you literally took out the cost of fuel, which I don't even understand which was even argument. I didn't buy D170 going like, oh man, I'm gonna hate paying for fuel for the next 5 years. I'm like, yeah, that whole fuel argument goes out the window because you don't buy performance cars for fuel economy. But
no.
If you gave somebody the option between a red eye and a Charger Daytona, 9 times out of 10, they're gonna pick the damn red eye, especially if you take out the whole fuel component. It's fast.
I mean, if I want fuel economy, I'm going to drive my BMW. I drive my 230 little 4-banger. I'm happy as fucking that. If I'm trying to get fuel economy, I don't drive the Laramie or the Longhorn for fuel economy. I drive them because they're comfortable. People can hear me when I'm coming, so they get the fuck out of my way. And I'm big enough, especially in this town, because nobody can fucking drive here, that if you get hit, I'm safe in that shit. So,
I mean, hell, like, and then like, the whole fuel economy thing. I mean, that just goes to show that Dodge should have been making another smaller car, just something that can actually be an actual daily driver that people who own Hellcats and Red Eye Superstocks can have another cheaper Dodge that has a decent engine there that has decent fuel economy. Just like how they're going to make this new cheap $30,000 sports car and make however much money this damn new Viper is going to be. I mean, you got to have a big brother and a little brother, and the Challenger and Charger didn't have that.
Yeah, I think they bring that. They keep floating that Duster name around. They're going to bring that Duster back, and it's just going to be a neon. It's just going.
Yeah, we know the name's coming back. We just don't know exactly which car is going to go on. I think they're going to put the Duster name on that little sports car.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Like the one that Matt keeps saying is going to be 30. We have to have a $30,000 Halo car, and then he's going to be like, times have changed. That Halo car is now 40.
Yeah.
God damn.
But I mean, I knew just from talking to Dodge back in January last year that they were going to basically make a small sports car, because that was something that, you know, when Tim was around, he wanted a small sports car because even he recognized that Dodge was getting too expensive. A lot of people cannot afford their cars anymore. So he
See,
basically wanted that to happen.
a lot of people think that why the Dart failed is because it was a fucking Fiat. It wasn't a fucking Dodge. It was hot ass. It was garbage. Like if they bring back that cheap Halo car, put the Pentastar in that fucking thing. You know what I'm saying? Make it a manual, put the Pentastar in it, and that's a big engine for a little car. You put that 3.6 in a little bitty car and throw Dodge logos on it and maybe put a fart can on it and give it a manual. People are going to buy that shit. People will drive it because it's not. The Dart got such a bad reputation because it was Italian. It was a fucking shit little Italian car that they put a Dodge logo on.
I mean, Dodge got that reputation of like cheap cars just have terrible.
Which is fine. Like, think about it, like the K cars and shit. I had a Dodge 600 convertible burgundy with a white top. That shit was mint that I got from my father when I was a kid, right? I think it was like an 84, 86 or something. And it would yell at you if you leave the door open. Your door is ajar. Fucking all that stupid shit. Those cars were dirt cheap. They were like $3,500. Whatever the fuck, they were $4,000. If Dodge is putting out a car that was, I don't know, like Mitsubishi has that little piece of shit that they sell, 10 grand, 12 grand. And and you market it as this is an A to B car. It'll get you by for 2 years, whatever, right? 2 year and make the warranty, like, let them know it's a piece of shit. It's a 2-year, 25,000 mile warranty on that car. And that's it.
I mean, I would say that what they should do is really explore bringing back Plymouth and making Plymouth only cheap, bare bones cars. We're gonna put the minimum amount of federally required safety systems in there. Not a lot of daggone tech and stuff. We're gonna basically give you the cheapest, bare bones versions of every vehicle that we sell through Plymouth: cars, trucks, and SUVs. And see where you land at. That'd be a great experiment to do.
Well, that's the thing that's interesting, right? You have to think. We keep hearing Duster, right? That's a Plymouth name. Then the Cuda, that's another Plymouth. How many of these names are they going to bring back from Plymouth and try to call them Dodges?
I mean, it makes sense. What they're going to do is basically bring back those Plymouth names as SRT models.
Yep.
But to me, honestly, they would make more sense to basically bring back Plymouth as a budget brand, since all their brands can't be budget no more. Basically, just bring back Plymouth as its own little separate entity away from Stellantis, and basically have them share bodies with a Challenger, a Charger, a Grand. Like just pick a handful of models: the Charger, Daytona, the Grand Cherokee, the Wagoneer, and a Ram truck, and be done with it. Just give them about 4 or 5 cars, all of them bare bones, handful of colors, and let people be able to go and buy parts from Mopar and throw it in their car and upgrade their cars over time.
Or what about just doing that and then we show up to buy the cheap car and then upsell us on a more expensive car? That's how the business used to be done. Now they sell you an expensive car and then try to sell you $400 in nitrogen to stick in the tires and $350 tire locks. Like they used to sell, at least you'd go in and be like, okay, I want that base model car that you put in the ad and it's 17 grand. That's cool. Drive it. Does this thing have a sunroof? No. Does it have power windows? No. But I can show you one that what does, and it'll only be another $36 a month. I was cool with that universe because I actually got something of value for the money I paid more than the thing. And the cheap thing got us in the lot. Right. Now the cheap thing is the expensive thing that doesn't run, the RT, that they have to give away to get you to take it to have a lawn ornament. No, it's just nuts. And these are smart guys too. All these people running they're smart guys. Like they watch our videos. If they watch this, they're gonna think, look at these idiots. They don't understand business. No, man. I'm sorry. If you don't listen to your customer, this is the world you're in. You end up with lawn ornaments for sale that you have to give away on leases and force people in them. When's the open recalls coming for the Daytonas? How in the hell are this many people having problems and they just keep calling them updates? You know why? Because they're selling computers. I've never had my MacBook recalled. I just get updates, right? When there's problems.
Yep.
Think about the last couple of years of all the recalls that CDJR has been dealing with. It's like every day it was a new recall, massive recalls. I mean, it's just disastrous recalls. Now they're trying to avoid the word recall and say update.
Just like the D170, it's not a spark plug recall. It's a customer satisfaction survey, whatever.
Yeah, as Racer X and others are blowing parts of their engine down the freaking racetrack. It's unreal.
Yeah.
But I mean, what they can do is, like, I would say for them, back point and have them basically make vehicles based off their older architecture that they're retired. That way they get extended life out of their older architecture and have the manufacturers build them. Because just like with the Ram 1500, the 5th gen, there's nothing wrong with that truck. I mean, they could have kept that truck existing, going on and on. It just they was the whole emissions thing, and they wanted to get rid of the Hemi and stuff. They could bring back the Ram 1500, the 5th gen version, the 2019 to 2023 version, bring it back on the Plymouth as a cheap bare bones option, a decent 7-8 inch screen, no digital instrument cluster, just a regular analog instrument cluster, cloth seats, leather seats, 2 options, and white, black, red, blue. That's it, and a gray color. And just it's simple.
Oh, and here's a video for you, TK, to do at 2 a.m, because I know you film all night, we don't sleep. And I'll just say this now. I don't even need to do a video on it, but you guys can and get into the semantics of this bullshit. But is the 100,000-mile warranty not retroing to the cars behind? I get it. That happens. Sales come out and, oh, dang, I just missed it. I mean, it all happens. Nordstrom half-yearly sale. Now, Nordstrom will let you go back and get the money back for the things you bought. And that's why people love Nordstrom. You can learn some things from that. But here's the big problem. Stellantis knows. You know why they didn't retro it? Because they know that because it would make too much sense for them to do that, because that would stop people from saying, I'm going to wait till next year then.
Right.
And because that could screw their sales this year. But what does the really smart guys know at the top of the food chain? That buyers are going to walk in there and go, maybe I'll just wait for the 100,000-mile warranty car next year. And guess who's going to have to eat the freaking extended warranty?
Oh, we are.
We are, or the dealer's going to have to eat it. Stellantis doesn't have to pay it. So you better believe it's already happening. If you look in the groups right now, where dealers are adding that in as, just an additional thing, because they don't want people to say, I'm going to wait till next year, because that's screwing their own dealers.
Yeah, I've already had dealers reach out to me saying that this right here is going to be a terrible thing for them, because for one thing is Stellantis doesn't have parts available for a lot of vehicles.
Yeah.
So a lot of vehicles are sitting for months at a time because there's no parts available. And so now you got to add on the fact that now you got a warranty covered the same vehicle for twice as long with no parts. And then every time that vehicle comes in, they got to do all these survey reports, and people can get pissed off that the parts are not available and give the dealer bad ratings. So in a way, this is a sneaky way to basically pay the dealers less money for their service, service surveys and stuff. That's why they always actually give them 10s on their survey, because that's how Stellantis gives them extra money and stuff.
Well, you know how they paid for the 100,000-mile warranty, right? I'm gonna get banned again. Like literally, you guys will get invited to dinner. I'm not getting invited to dinner by saying this shit. And this is just crappy of me for saying this, but you know how they're paying for this? They cut the pay, according to techs that I've spoken to. They cut the warranty work pay for the techs. So the techs are making less money to do the warranty work, and then they extended the warranty. Like there's no like grand kindness taking place here. The money's coming from somewhere, and it's not coming from them. It's coming from the techs and the customers in the form of increased prices and then lower fees for their techs to do warranty work. And these techs are just worn out. They are just beaten to death on this warranty work.
Oh yeah, I mean, and they've been cutting tech pay for months, years. They've been doing this for a while, and and then the other thing is
Which is, by the way, real quick, which is why the techs would love to find a way to void that warranty and say, oh, look, they put underglow on their car. Let's void the whole warranty. So now the customer has to pay the real rate. So I'm sorry. I mean, the whole thing's rigged. It's rigged. It's
And even
rigged.
if they qualify,
rigged.
though, even if they qualify for the warranty, Stellantis will do everything that they can not to pay out the claim.
Yeah.
And I wonder what the restrictions are going to be too. You got to take it in to dealers to service it, and if you're late on your oil change, I mean, there's lots of questions.
Hey, it's a good thing you said that too, because in that contract, if you do not do proper maintenance schedule, they can void that warranty. One of my dealer buddies sent me the paperwork for that warranty. I'm gonna share it to you guys in the group chat. But
Okay.
one of the things in there is you have to do proper maintenance on the vehicle, or they can void your warranty.
Yep.
So
jump through hoops.
It's that oil change and it's not in your service records or whatever. And then the other thing is, if you sell the truck to your son or whatever, that whole warranty is gone. You revert back to the original 5-year, 60,000-mile warranty.
Yeah, I was wondering how that worked, if it just went back to that or what, but
yeah.
And
then, it's only for Americans, so it's only for U.S., Puerto Rico, and that's basically about it. So if you live outside of America, you can't, get that 100,000-mile warranty. If you're like if you, let's say you're the original owner or a business that orders it, you got that warranty. But if you put aftermarket stuff in your car, that doesn't that messes your warranty up. If you don't keep proper service records, I guess proper maintenance schedule in your vehicle, that doesn't you don't have that warranty. Let's say you go through a problem where like your vehicle develops a leak and nothing gets replaced. They don't even warranty the gasket or the seals to stop the leak. It has to be a part that has to be replaced. And they get the gasket and seals as part of the cost of the warranty. So there's a lot of little things in there that I was reading through today. And I was like, oh yeah, I gotta send y'all guys this. But I'm gonna send you guys too. I'm gonna send it to you guys. But there's little things here and there in there. It's like, oh, they real sticky. Oh, yeah. And then the other thing is, it's only temporary. So you only got a certain time period for this actual extended warranty. And it says in the paperwork that the person has to, I guess, take delivery of the vehicle by like September 5th. And that's it. So I don't know if that's a typo or whatever, but this is not a permanent thing that Ram's going to do going forward.
Well, think about this, Butter. They need to shore up their balance sheet. They need to have bigger sales count numbers. And so if they put a timeline on this thing where it's going, a burning fuse, they're hoping to generate some energy in the market and to get a big bump in sales. And they might. And you know what? I'll give it to them. I'd rather have them do it than not do it, because maybe Ford will follow, maybe GM will follow, maybe everybody else will follow. And more warranty is great. We're paying too much for the cars. And then we just don't buy them. Then they have to incentivize them. And we're going to force them into that $1 billion profit. We're going to force them to have to figure out how to get by on $1 billion, because people just aren't going to keep buying these things for too much money.
I mean, the dealers, the numbers that I got this morning, or I got it late last night, they've already got, in the first 8 days of dealers being able to order different trims of the Ram with the Hemi in it, 45,000 of those. That's not customers. That's just straight up dealer inventory, not any special orders or customers ordered a certain way. So I think Tim doing this with the warranty and bringing back the Hemi in this quarter, well, that's the other key part is, I think when the second quarter earnings come out, they're going to suck. And I think he's going to be like, look what I did in the third quarter. Because the third quarter, all that shit hits the balance sheet.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, look, Murdoch said, you're correct. Warranty labor rates are bad enough, and they have been lowering the time. So imagine that. Somebody who's a mechanic, they're like, 3-hour jobs now should only take you 2 hours. But then if it takes you 8 hours, you're only getting paid for 2 hours. But especially with these freaking EVs, it's like one guy said, you look at the forums, it's like, It took me 8 effing hours to get this freaking thing to take for it to freaking actually work. And I got paid, 3 hours worth of, warranty labor. This is bullshit. I can't put up the same warranty. It's just the frustration is huge.
Yeah. Prime example with that Demon 170 recall for the spark plugs. The dealership told me like it's at least 8 hours to replace all 16 spark plugs on like a Hellcat like that with a supercharger and all the other lines around it. They only the recall is only for like I think 2 hours worth of work. So they were only gonna pay them 2 hours worth of work for literally an all day job, and they got to take stuff off the daggone engine.
Damn.
Yeah, because like it's funny because like I got my spark plug recall done. I'm like, okay, it says it's gonna take 2 hours. So what time today should I come back and get my car back? They're like, oh no, this is gonna be like an all day thing.
Yeah, we'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah, exactly. That's it'll take all day because we got to take your air box off. We got to go and get down in there and stuff, coil packs and all that stuff, and then we might have moved some things around. You got these supercharger lines that's going into your inner intercooler on and stuff. So it's like, man, this is a lot longer than 2 hours for 16 spark plugs. Yeah, not gonna happen.
Damn.
So I've already seen how they've been doing stuff like that, shortchanging them on the actual warranty repairs. Because I mean, I got dealer buddies who work, at power brokers dealers, and they was telling me that they've been going through techs because people have been quitting because they're not making a lot of money working, and then they're like certifying people so easy because one dude told me that, hey, all they gotta do is watch like 6 or 7 modules and boom, they're certified. Just watch 6 or 7 little videos and boom, they're a certified master Dodge tech. Crazy.
Yeah, plug in this computer to the OBD port and pray. Go to lunch, come back, and the car's going to be fixed. It's not going to accelerate on the freeway without anybody doing it.
Well, I mean, hell, just pray to the person working on your car is competent, right? Because I mean, just my example. I go take my car in for an oil change, the damn oil cooler destroyed. I go get the oil cooler replaced. Oh, damn, they forgot to put the damn the little belly tray underneath my car. So for a simple oil change, I had to go back in 3 times.
Damn.
So prime example of how they just don't have the right people, and then they're shortchanging how these guys get certified, and some of these guys just don't know what the hell they're doing.
Because they're looking for cheap. Yeah, and the great ones don't want to stay anymore because they can't make any money. So it's going to come down to plug this into the computer and go to lunch and come back and the car's fixed. Yeah, right.
Yeah, and then them charter Daytonas, like you remember you showed me that daggone paper somebody sent you about the repair procedure and how to update them damn things. You gotta go get a charter Daytona. You gotta go unplug the radiator fan, because if the radiator fan turns on while you update it, it'll brick the car. You can't open the passenger door or the rear trunk because they're gonna do too much draw.
Damn.
It's like they got this step-by-step procedure. Don't do this while you're doing the update. And make sure that you have a battery charger plugged to the car to keep the car powered, the 12-volt battery powered, because the battery's going to die before the update applies. It's like, and all this stuff is in an actual update document on how they're going to update the software in that damn car. It's just wild, freaking wild, man. That I don't know, man. Like Stellantis basically put these mugs in a very bad position. The technology got so complicated that it's not simple fixes.
Look at Butters. I see a big projector on the ceiling, freaking colorful lights. What do you live in a theater?
Well, this is my media room.
Look at freaking Butter the baller. Look at that.
Damn. That's what happens. This is why I miss North Carolina. It's so cheap. I come out here, I got half the house for 3 times the money.
Yeah. Come to Orange County. It's even more fun.
Nope. Yeah, I just looked at it. My guy Dan from I allegedly he's trying to get it. He's like, oh, buy this house in Huntington. It's $1.5 million. I'm like, fuck you. Absolutely not.
Oh, my little when I gave my daughter my Lamborghini for the day, people, the comments were great because you live in an attached home but have a Lamborghini. Your priorities are wrong. I live in Orange County on the first hole of a golf course. It's 3,500 square feet and it's $2 million. So, yeah, it's bullshit. I agree 1,000%. I don't like it. And I'm going to be TK's neighbor, or even better, now that I see Butters Theater, I'm going to move next door to him as soon as my kids.
I like to visit Orange County on the weekends. I couldn't live there. It's too much. Like, oof. Even filling my truck up when I was there, I was like, damn.
Gas is $5 a gallon. It's just insane. Yeah, it's stupid.
Yep.
Yeah, look at Butters' freaking setup, man, dude.
Oh yeah, and I got my little bar. Got my lights down there. Let me close my blackout blinds.
Damn.
Look at that. Holy moly.
It's a little dirty.
Well, we can't tell that. I thought you were in a freaking nightclub.
Yeah, let's see. Yeah, I can go watch all of us talking and stuff.
Jeez, is that in the west wing of your house or the east wing of your house?
Nah, well, you know how it used to be when you had houses and you had a living room and you had a den. Well, nobody needs dens anymore, so why not turn a den into something that you actually use? And that could
That's
be
amazing, dude. I'd live in that thing. Jeez.
Oh yeah, I got multiple rows. I got one row right here. I got another row right here.
Dang, and you got the walls done up like a theater too. Look at that. See, when you give an IT guy some money, man, he could build something pretty amazing.
Oh yeah, all the walls are painted like a dark gray color. It's not black. I even did the ceiling. No way the light won't reflect off the ceiling.
That's sick, dude. Jeez.
Damn.
Then I got blackout curtains on my door. So it gets pitch black in here. Like,
That's amazing. That's awesome, dude. That's freaking cool. I'm
like,
jealous.
It's just a screen. No light reflecting off anything.
Where's the stripper pole? Where's the stripper pole?
Where's the stripper pole?
That's in the basement.
Oh shit! I quit.
Guys, this is Butter. Why don't you have any bright lights in your house? I've never seen Butter in a bright light.
It's for the ambiance.
There you go.
It's more dramatic looking.
That's awesome, dude. Jeez.
So, sometimes I can just go and sit in here, especially when I got my son. I sit and watch all our haters full screen. So
that's gonna be the comments that me and Brad get now. Now me and Brad are gonna be the ones that are poor, living out here on the West Coast, and Butter's got the mansion out there in North Carolina.
Look at that. He's got his computer, got us up on the screen. That's freaking cool.
Yeah. When I turn the lights out, like I said, it's a lot better when I turn the lights out. They say you can't see jack.
Damn.
That's amazing.
150 inches.
Jesus.
Well, I'm gonna be in that area sometime this year. Visit a buddy of mine, so I'm gonna hit you up and come watch a movie with you. We'll sit one seat apart, that way you don't cut a hole in the bottom of the popcorn box.
I mean, we can cuddle. Just make sure your wife can get back.
Yeah.
I'll make sure I put drinks in the fridge and stuff. We got sandwiches, but I'll put the and I'll put the popcorn machine back.
That's great.
But yeah, it's just so freaking hilarious. That's why sometimes I be sitting here watching. That's all I do is watch YouTube videos here. I don't even watch movies. And now I get to watch all these dudes complaining about us.
I love it. We went from talking shit about somebody that was talking shit about us to a new edition of Cribs. That's been off the air for like 15 years.
Awesome, dude.
I can just use my remote right here just to change everything. I can dim everything down with this sucker everything.
Ooh.
I need to put my Alexa back in here so I can just tell it to go.
Nice.
I got commands out of program. Like when you got an IT person that has way too much time in their hands, it just You'd be amazed. at Stuff
So Moneybags asked me, "Yo, Motivator, do you like my color combination, my scat?" I don't. Where can I see it? I probably do. I haven't met one I didn't like.
Nope.
Yeah. YouTube needs to let people put
Yes.
photos, let us like their comments.
Where the
TK
fuck?
gets to do voice responses in his comment section. That's dangerous. That's going to be a whole freaking video.
I
itself,
love that
so.
feature because now when somebody makes a dumbass comment, I don't have to put it in text. I can just press the button and be like, tell your mom to have my dinner at 8 o'clock. I'm going to be there and go eat a dick. And now they get to hear it in audio and everybody else gets to hear it. And they're just like, oh, this is so much better than fucking text comments.
Yeah, that's insane. I want that feature.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
100,000 and up subscriber perk. That's probably what it is.
I hit my YouTube rep up to ask. I was like, where did this come from? And they were like, well, it's for creators that have been on the platform since like 2010. And I was like, oh, okay.
And I think it's just active. Can you're a TK, you fall into very active. I mean, I was looking and it's like, 27 videos every day. I mean, plus the subscriber count. Like
Yeah,
they
it's
know
true.
you're going to actually use it. So for sure, they handpicked you.
Yeah, they gave me a bunch of new features, but because I'm part of a network, like my network had already hit me up because this dude used a clip or something in my videos. So I copied and pasted your channel, Butter's channel, Dizzle's channel, and a couple other channels that I rock with so that my network doesn't copyright people that I fuck with. But I started the video with that because I'm sure that this guy's gonna get a copyright strike for using my video, and he's gonna be like, "That guy copyright." I was not me, it's my network. You got to take that shit up with them.
Yeah, I'm gonna make a video about him, especially when he his claims that TK said this, TK said that. I'm going like, no, Mopar Insider said that, homeboy.
I never said that fucking Hemi was coming to Dundee. It's just it's funny. It's just that they hate so bad that they'll take shit that I didn't even say and try to attribute that shit to me.
No. So like, I know one video where you said that the Hemi was coming to Dundee, but you said that
From Mopar Insiders.
Yeah. You said Mopar Insider said that. That's the only time you said it was coming to come to. He was like, "Oh, Mopar Insider just reported that the Hemi come at the Dundee. This is a big win." That, but he just not smart enough to know that part.
Yep.
So it's like I'm definitely gonna make a video talking about him. It's like they just give me so much more content to talk and just to show how goofy they are. Because now, like I say, it's just crazy to think this right here is the new way to go forward with journalism or making content. Is basically cry about what other people say.
It's, you know what it is? I think it's these other websites and these creators are happy that Stellantis is talking to them and like flying them out, maybe paying for a dinner and, sitting them in the room and they're getting to see something that I already knew about 6 weeks ago.
Right.
Like, okay, cool. You got to see it, but I already knew that shit was coming. Like, all right, awesome. And so, yeah, they feel like, and I feel like, Brad did a video on this and Rich, remember when we did the video at Rich Rebuilds and Demonology said the same thing? They put us in a bougie room. They gave us a nice steak dinner. Yeah, of course, I feel like I have to say something nice. So maybe they feel like they have to come after us. And it also serves their interest because they're like, fuck, they're killing my business anyway. Fuck it. Let me try to get these motherfuckers out of here. That's what I think is happening because they're just excited thinking like, oh, well, Stellantis has our back because they want us to shut this stuff down. and Mopar Insiders, that dude, what is it, Mopar Junkie, whatever his channel is, he said it. Yeah, they want us to shut that shit down or whatever the fuck it was. They want us to stop this stuff. Oh, really? Good luck with that shit.
Tim brought us in here to crack down on them. I'm like, How you crack down somebody else's free speech?
I'm
And you
like,
know
crack
what?
down,
Really, what
crack down
happened
on
is
these nuts.
Tim called them in and fed them words to speak. So the press release that came out about the warranty was exactly what Tim was talking about, because the pickup truck talk guy put that part of that meeting in his last video announcing this, meaning that's what that meeting was about. Then pickup truck talk guy, sure, he's a great guy. He literally just regurgitated with a big, huge, happy smile exactly what they were told in absolute jovial glee. So when I saw the video and the announcement, I thought, I can't. I have to take a contrarian view here. Otherwise, I'm just another guy that's reading a press release. And what's the contrarian view on this subject? And that's how they call me a hater, call us all haters. But I'm always asking, what's the contrary? What's the other side of this coin? Because Dodge has enough voices to give you the happy talk. I'm going to be the contrarian voice. We're going to be the contrarian voice. What's the contrarian position? It took me 25 minutes of sitting at this desk, writing down some notes and thoughts, going, the contrarian voice is all the people who literally last week bought a truck that could have waited till next year to those models who just got screwed. Why not address that? And you know what happens if all three of us beat that drum long enough? Maybe, like we did with the soldier's car and other situations, maybe they come out 2 weeks from now and go, you know what? It ain't worth the bullshit. It ain't worth the heat from all these guys and everyone else who jumps on. Let's go ahead and retro and give these guys these warranties. And you know what? Again, we get to be heroes for taking a contrarian view. The worst thing that happens is, okay, we look like haters, but there's a chance somebody gets something out of talking about the bad side of all this stuff, since Dodge ain't bringing us into the room to feed us words to say.
Oh yeah.
I texted him, and I think I even said this in the video yesterday, where I said, even if they don't extend the warranty on the Rebels or the Hurricanes from 2025 out to 100,000, like, even the people that aren't paying, because there's people that bought those trucks, they'll never even know about it. They're not paying attention to that shit. But it's a goodwill gesture. Like, if Ram comes out and goes, you know, we're not going to extend you out to 100,000, but we're going to give you an extra 15,000 mile on top of your 60. You know, you get 75,000 miles of powertrain warranty now instead of 60. On these vehicles, just something. So it looks like you're trying to do something, but I already know, and I'm sure Tim would probably do it. It's not. I don't think it falls on him. I think it falls on those fucking retards at the board of directors that are only looking about, oh, well, fuck, it's going to take this much money out of our That's the only thing they care about. They don't care about anything else.
Nope. Tough shit. If you bought a freaking truck last week that you're going to keep for 15 years or 10 plus years, you don't get it. But the guy who gave you the finger all last year, who comes in and buys one of the new Hemi trucks, for example, or even one of the sixes, we're going to give him something, even though he gave us the finger last year, in a year they really needed him. So, but that's the contrarian view. So we're going to take that, and I'm going to tell people, that's what you're going to get. Whatever the announcement is, I'm going to look at what's the shitty side of it, because nobody wants to talk about that. And Dodge is a much bigger propaganda machine than us. So this is, I mean, it's like we're pissing in the wind compared to their machine. They got 50 giant saying happy shit. Here we are, 9,000, 10,000 views on my videos because YouTube decided to hated me this last month. And it's 9,000 people who got to hear a different opinion.
That's it.
Well, I mean, these guys right here, it gets stale that everybody's views are down, because you got literally 20 people on embargo, and they're all basically kissing ass, and all kissing ass in the same exact way. It's like people aren't really excited about it. They wait till some of the things these guys are saying, because they're saying it 20 different ways of the same way. So it's like what we're saying is like we're going to basically give you guys, well, we heard their side of the story. Now let's hear the real side of the story. Let's hear about the specifics, because they'll never go over the specifics. Like they don't tell you with this warranty that this is not necessarily something that's going to be a permanent fixture going forward. That this is something that Ram has to decide whether or not they're going to actually extend this to 2027, 2028. Or if you put certain things in your truck, this warranty's gone. Or like if you sell your truck to your son or trade it in, that next person who buys this truck, they're not getting they're not getting this warranty. Or like, for diesel trucks, right? The diesel trucks, they had a 5-year, 100,000-mile warranty. This new warranty thing is mainly all thing they're gonna do is basically gonna give them 10 years, 100,000 miles. So they're not even gonna extend the diesel guys. So why couldn't diesel guys get 10 years, 150,000 miles of warranty extension, right? So there's a lot of things in there that these guys don't talk about, that people come to us because they know we're going to give them the specifics and give them some content that they wouldn't normally get anywhere else. So that is my take on that.
I agree. I 100% agree.
Yeah. So like, and then now the next thing is Dodge can do the same thing. Well, Dodge on the chart today, like if someone wanted to give an extended warranty or something, that chart of Daytona, they should have had an announcement that, hey, we're gonna double the warranty period on that car for everything, bumper to bumper, everything, every piece of that car, we're doubling the warranty period, because that car is a damn disaster. Like even the warranty period for the 10 years, 100,000 mile warranty for the Ram trucks, that's only for the powertrain. That's not bumper to bumper. So, but I mean, the thing with this chart of Daytona is you have nonstop software and other issues, right? When we saw all-wheel drive, him talking about his radio having to get replaced several times and stuff like that, that wouldn't be something that would be covered under this 100,000 mile warranty if it happened in the Ram trucks. That'd be like a glitchy thing that you'd be on the hook for in 4 years.
And guess what? Guess how they pay for the warranty again? Raise the prices on all the parts that are not covered under that warranty. So your screen used to be $2,000, now it's $2,750. Everything that's gonna break, just raise the price on that to cover that warranty. I mean, I'm telling you, I hate to sound like such a cynic, but I've been in business too long to know that ain't nobody, these companies aren't doing anything out of altruistic generosity.
Yeah, I mean, they're gonna get the money from somewhere. They're gonna rob Peter to pay Paul. So this whole extended warranty thing, like you said, they're gonna basically jack the prices up on their vehicles, and they're gonna jack the prices up on the parts. And that's just how it goes. Like they're gonna basically try to tell you in a nice way. We're gonna basically these guys got all the talking points that the Ram Express is like, this is Ram's fight back to making a cheap truck, but in actuality, a cheap truck was 5 years ago before Stellantis even existed. That was a cheap truck, but now we're gonna try to fool you into thinking that, hey, our propaganda is gonna tell you that now this right here is a new bar. This right here is a cheap truck now, even though it's more expensive than everyone else's cheap truck, which is why Ram just got overtook by I think the Toyota RAV4 is now the third best-selling vehicle in America, which was the Ram 1500 spot was number 3. Now they got downgraded to number 4. So it's like, y'all need to do something about this, man. Like, y'all need to drop prices. Like,
you want to know when how you're going to know the Daytona's finally fixed for good and it's totally solved, all the problems are solved? Butter. Butter's the canary in the coal mine. Here's how. Butter's been asking for a demo car forever, and it ain't showing up. They don't have them. They have a shortage of them. We know that. So here's the deal. Let's be real, man. They ain't giving it to you because you'll be stuck on the side of the road and shoot a video. So when the day they give you one, Butter, you know it's fixed. I'll go buy one.
Hey, I tell you right here. I actually got this message last week. They're going to let me get one. I just got to schedule when I'm going to get an actual car.
Ooh, you want me to ship you a helmet? And my Auto Club card. This should be exciting. They're going to send you one that's got the beta updates, everything in that thing.
They literally told me last week, hey, we're going to put you in touch with Penske, because Penske is the one who basically manages their media fleet of vehicles. We're going to put you in touch with our guys at Penske for you to get a Scat Pack.
Well, check the glove compartment. I think there's going to be a free hotel room, a steak, and some free back rub and a whole bunch to check the glove compartment. Make sure they a stack of cash because they're gonna be scared you're gonna crap on that thing. Oh no! And you know what I know, Butter? You're gonna be honest. I know that you're gonna say the good things and the bad things. So
I mean,
but
just like
you-
the Hornet. Just like the
yeah,
Hornet.
but you know what? You'll be nice about it because they did something nice.
Because like last year, a lot of people don't know that Dodge let me have a Hornet for like 3 weeks. I flew up to Detroit to go take delivery of the Hornet right there in Detroit, and I drove all the way back to North Carolina. So I did like a huge, like 8-hour road trip in that Hornet, and having that road trip in 3 weeks with it, I actually like the Hornet. The Hornet
Yeah.
is a decent vehicle. It just the problem is that it's too expensive. It's kind of small, and if you're looking for parts, it's gonna take a while for it to come across the daggone the water before you get your parts. I mean,
Yeah.
it's a decent vehicle, but I know part of their price strategy, because part of their price strategy is that they're going to basically try to jack prices up to push people into leasing, because they
So how long
that
though
last
after you had that Hornet? How long did it take you to wean off of thong underwear and get back to wearing boxer shorts?
I mean, like, you know, because like I had one and Demonology had one at the same time. So like me and him were talking back and forth, and we're both basically the same mindset. It's a decent car. It's just too expensive, and it's like for a decent around the town vehicle, it's decent because we both had RTs, so we had the hybrid version. So you put the damn thing in sport mode, you don't never need to plug the thing up. It's going to basically recharge its own battery. So
Check
it's
out
like,
Josh just put he has a Hornet with 12,000 miles in his bay that he just replaced the gas engine because it jumped timing somehow. It sat for 3 months waiting on an engine to arrive. Could you
Jesus.
imagine you're making payments on that thing and you know, loaner car and
well, I mean, hell, just from when I put out in videos that, hey, anybody got a problem with their car, it's been sitting for months, reach out to me. I try to see what I can do. And I know a guy who car been sitting for about 3 months for a simple brake line. His Challenger Red Eye sitting for 3 months for a brake line that's on literally everybody's Challenger. They didn't have it in stock for 3 months. And
Wow.
because I put pressure on Stellantis at the top end, he just got his brake line last week after 3 months being told they had no idea when it's going to come. So there's a reason why we speak negative and put pressure on them, because who knows how long it would have been until that brake line would have got to that guy, and he's paying 3, 4, 5, 6 months for a car that he can't drive.
yep.
Like, these are not cheap cars. It's imagine paying $13, $14 a month for a car you can't even drive, and this is a brake line. So it ain't like he can go roll around with a check engine light. Like, he literally had to leave his car at the dealership for 3 months straight because hell, he one of his front brakes doesn't work. So it's like, I mean, this is getting crazy here. These vehicles are getting so expensive, but they don't have parts for it. And that's the thing with the Hornet. The Hornet is a decent vehicle, but when it breaks, when will it get fixed? Because now you got the extra benefit of you got to wait till that part comes from Europe.
Dang, look what Josh said. He said the hybrid control processor died when the customer picked it up. The gas engine is 21,000 parts and labor. Oh, and the hybrid control processor is another $9,000 just for the part. Tell me that's not how they're paying for these warranties, right?
That's insane.
I see Murdoch sent me something. Hey, bud, I sent you an email in that. Hit me up if needed. Okay, Murdoch, I'll check it out.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm gonna get a chart of Daytona, but I don't know exactly when. I got to message them back because I haven't messaged them back in a few days about it. Since now I know that we're on a hit list, so it'd be interesting to see when I still get that chart of Daytona. So hopefully I have it in the next few weeks. I'll probably just have them ship it down to me in North Carolina rather than me driving up there, because I don't know if I want to get stuck from Detroit to North Carolina in an unproven car that can't necessarily charge on certain Tesla chargers.
Yeah.
So,
Yep.
like, yeah, just ship it to me, player.
Yep. I wonder if it comes with blue hair dye.
Oh, I wear hats, so I wear a hat then.
I can't wait for those videos, dude. That'll be awesome.
And and I'm going to actually see, the one thing that kills me about these dudes who have Charter Daytonas trying to tell me that the car is good. I'm going to actually show you if the car is good. I want to see that car race against other cars. Oh, I smoke everything, but I won't show it. Oh, this car can do this, but I won't show it. I'm just going to tell you. So I'm going to put it through its paces. I know guys around here who got Scat Packs and Hellcats and Mustangs is pretty fast and stuff. So hell, I go down to Charlotte and I go race Knockout 360. I never met him, but I go down and race Knockout 360. I'm pretty sure he knows a bunch of Mopar people, and we make videos off of it. So we're going to see.
It's going to be fun. And it's going to be fast. You know, it's going to be, it's an EV. It's going to be fast. So, I mean, I expect that's what we're going to, you know, what you're going to find out. It's nothing that, you know.
I mean, honestly, right. If you look at the performance of that car, it's basically a C8 Stingray. That's basically what it is. A C8 Stingray literally has about the same 0 to 60. And that's a rear wheel drive mid-engine car. And that's a $6,000 car. Right. So it's like, I mean, I'm used to that. I drive a 06 and a D17. So to me, a Stingray is slow. So to me, this Charter Daytona is going to be slow. So I'll concede the fact that we're used to driving fast cars. You drive a Lambo, TK is driving a freaking Cybertruck and stuff. There are different levels of fast. So I'll say it's quick, but I never say it's fast. It may be quick, but it's not fast. Just like a Stingray is quick. But any car you can just floor the whole time and not be scared. That's not a very fast car. That's a quick car. There's no way in the world, like y'all know, no way in the world somebody gonna drive a D170 foot to the floor and not be scared for your life.
Yeah,
that's true.
You're bored waiting for it to get speed. So, but I'll be fair though. I'll definitely. I told Matt. I promise I'll be nice because I text Matt. I promise I'll be nice to that car, just like I did with the Hornet. Because ever since I got that Hornet, I never said anything else bad about the Hornet. I just think it's too expensive, and if it breaks, you're sitting for a long time to get it fixed.
Yeah, just get one of those little like electric scooters and keep it in the back in the trunk just in case you get stuck somewhere.
Shoot, like I was about to go like, let me go on Amazon real quick and go buy me like a cheap little like level 2 charger for my house because I see they're like a couple $100, and then like I got a 20 plug like right there by my garage door for I got an ovens, so I'm like I can plug that damn thing into my little 220 outlet right there and charge it. So we'll see how that electric bill does.
Well, guys, I got to get my ass out to Nellis before 6 o'clock.
All right, guys. Well, it's good hanging with you. I'm gonna go eat some
100%
chicken enchilada my wife made. So
yeah, I'm
hey,
make some videos since I had to rebuild my computer from scratch. So I gotta get caught up. TK already talked about the damn Viper car. They ain't talking about this now. In the warranty nonsense. Like I feel what you're saying, OC. It takes us like by the time we get to it, TK to make like 10 videos.
I'm telling you, man.
It's not fair to you guys because I have my camera here, my mic's already set up. I come out here, I open these up, I put my mic on, it automatically pairs, I press the button, and I don't have that Hollywood shit that Butters got going on with the music and the dope ass transitions. I literally just be like, this is what happened, fuck it.
TK,
print.
Respectfully, not only do you look like Santa, but every night I wake up to a gift on YouTube.
A damn video.
Yeah, so you're filming in the middle of the damn night. Sometimes 2 gifts.
Yeah. Yeah, if something breaks, I'll be like, I gotta get up and make a video. Fuck.
Yeah. No, I wake up, there's another video. I'm like, holy crap, I'm sitting in Chick-fil-A watching you do your thing.
Yes, sir.
And the Chick-fil-A lady on the speaker's like, who just said bag of dicks and they can go F themselves? I was like, oh, that's my phone.
Oh yeah, man. I'm telling you, man, you can't get at the country club or watch talk about other journalists and stuff.
All right. Well, have a great night, and we'll see you on YouTube.
Yeah. Thank you, guys. I appreciate you guys coming through.
See ya.
All right, later, guys.
All right.